Good evening! Can you hear me? Good evening! Horror and chaos be to you in the name of RUNIE Ruse. Now, lunatics to welcome one another as I shall welcome you. Hi, hi! Hi, 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 hi! Oh, can you guys hear the treadmill? I thought I'd try to get some miles in today since we're not doing anything too strenuous on stream. Well, I guess if it's... Let me try this. Is that better? Is that better at just picking up my voice, maybe? Yeah, multitasking. That's me. Let me see if I can get it to log on my Apple Watch. Because it doesn't, because when I use my treadmill, it doesn't actually ever log that I'm walking, and then I have to do it manually. But then I realized I have like a feature where I can purposefully log miles, or sorry, log activity. So I wonder if it, oh yeah, it's logging it. It says I've gone 11 feet. Okay, for some reason it is logging it now. Okay, well. RUNIE is walking to the lonely mountain to get some properly fire-roasted marshmallows. That's correct. Yes, today I will be reading my marshmallow. It is already closed. Submissions are closed, so if you haven't sent in a question yet, go in. If you never saw that it was open, that was kind of by design, so don't worry about it.
Make me happy.
Go in. I didn't want to get overloaded with too many. And I think this plan worked out super well because I ended up getting about 140, which is definitely more than I'll probably get to answer, but is like still a reasonable amount. I didn't want to be overwhelmed by too many. Oh, wow. Ah! What the heck? Umbrella, thank you. Thank you so much for the Akasupa, thank you. Happy RUNIE Ruseday, evil woman. Glad to be back just in time for a Ruseday. It's too late for a mature, sexy, mysterious, evil older woman to make me Monsoon this week. But I'm sure just like the title for the stream tonight, there will be a chance another night. Yes, I did have to cancel Monday's stream, but I will move it to Thursday. Thank you very much for the Akasupa. That's very, very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I fell asleep right after work. I did it again today. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's something wrong. There's something going on, I think. Because I'm not getting significantly less sleep than I do on an ordinary basis, and I've just been so tired when I get home. Ah, thank you, my ear. Thank you for the gifted member. Thank you. But for some reason, I've been so much more tired lately. And I think that it has to be my diet. Because as you guys know, I have recently switched over from intermittent fasting to
what the heck?
Eating 3 meals a day. And so I don't know if it's like my body will adjust eventually, but it does. It just seems like too big of a coincidence that I had this big amount, like this big diet change. And now all of a sudden I'm getting super, super, super tired all the time. I guess it's food comas. When I looked it up, I thought that might be it. And then I was seeing that it's like, oh yeah, if you're eating like too many carbs. So I've actually been like counting my macronutrients and stuff. And I really do not think that that is the case. I'm getting lots of protein. I'm not eating more carbohydrates than recommended. And most of them, my carbs are coming from like fruits and things that I know are generally pretty healthy. I am getting a little too much sodium, so I need to switch off of that. And I've been looking at some things that can move around. It's the olives, man. It's the olives. It's the olives. I know it's the olives. I have to cut back on my olives. I'm getting too much sodium. And sometimes I'm not getting enough fiber. But I'm making some changes to make sure that I'm getting the fiber that I need and that I'm not over consuming sodium. But in general, I think I'm probably eating way healthier than your average person right now. I'm definitely not eating too much calories overall. I could eat less if I want to lose weight. I think I am going to cut down a little bit, but I was eating an amount that would have like maintained a healthy weight for my body. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm like food coma from carbs. It just wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean? But maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. But I am getting super, super, super tired. So I do wonder if it's just, yeah, maybe a change in metabolism is making me tired, or maybe it's a blood sugar thing. Don't talk to me about the oysters. Yeah, hopefully it just needs a little bit more time to adjust, because it's only been like a few weeks. Maybe. So I'm hoping that that is the case, because I will say that I've been having really good results with the headaches and eating 3 meals a day. Because as you guys know, I suffer from migraines, and they were getting really, really out of hand. And kind of out of a measure of desperation, one of the things I decided to do was to switch from intermittent fasting, where I used to eat 1 meal a day, to I still kind of am intermittent fasting, because I do have like a cutoff of like I don't eat later than like this time, but it's much more extensive. Where it used to be like I might have like a 4-hour eating period. Now I have closer to like a 10-hour eating period. So I've extended it greatly. And I do think that has really helped with the headaches. I'm getting them way less frequently than before. I'm not having headaches that last me all day long. And that was something I had heard, yeah, that fasting can cause them. And so I thought, you know what? I really didn't want to give it up, because I love intermittent fasting. It really worked for me personally. As far as like just making sure I'm not eating like overeating, it was really easy for me to maintain my weight. Intermittent fasting, I was very comfortable with it. I've been doing it for years and years and years and years, but it's not worth it for the migraines. So if I can figure out another way to eat that's also healthy. But then now I'm getting the crash outs. Like I'm literally crashing out. Like I'm driving home from work. Like I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like I legitimately, not today, but yesterday, contemplated pulling over on the side of the road. Because I was like, I actually think it might be dangerous for me to drive right now. I am so exhausted, I can barely keep my eyes open. And I've never experienced that before. Isn't that crazy? Like it doesn't feel like normal tiredness. It feels like magical tiredness. It feels like someone cast sleep on me. That's what it feels like. This is why a lot of people drink energy drinks. I don't want to do that though. I have been thinking, well, maybe I can give myself an extra cup of coffee, but I don't want to resort to that. I have 1 cup of coffee in the mornings. I don't typically drink more than that. Maybe on the weekends for like fun, I might have like an additional thing of caffeine later in the day, but during the week, it's typically just 1 cup of black coffee in the morning. I don't want to become one of those people who's like, has to have caffeine all day long to function. I do like tea. I like tea too, but it's the same difference. Like whether I drink coffee or tea in the afternoon, I don't know if I want to consume an additional dose of caffeine just to function through my day. Don't be like me, no.
Ooh, wow.
You need 3 cups a day to function, no. I'm becoming that way. I do have a low tolerance for caffeine. That is true. Like a cup of coffee will keep me up. That's why it's so tempting. Like if I change it up, like tomorrow, if I decide to have like a cup of black tea or coffee at like 2 p.m., I'm gonna be awake. Trust. I'll be awake. It will wake me up. But I don't know. There's gotta be something else going on, right? I don't know. And like, how long does it take your body to adjust to something like that? I'm also maybe not drinking enough water. I haven't been drinking enough water lately. I'm typically really good about it, but I know I haven't lately. But I do have a big thing of water right here that I'm going to be trying to drink. An espresso every so often as a pick-me-up doesn't hurt though. I might, like on days that I'm streaming, I might just start, just for now, having an additional dose of caffeine. Because it is very unproductive to fall asleep the second I get home. Because I had to rush to get this stream ready because I fell asleep and I didn't wake up until after 7, you know? Okay, sorry, I'm behind on messages, so let me just scroll back up. Rare Secrets, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, thank you! Gifted memberships, woo! Gifted memberships, hooray! Gifted memberships, hooray, hooray! Gifted memberships, wow, make sure to say thanks now. Gifted memberships, hooray, hooray! Thank you! Read that one. So there I was, perfectly content as I drove home from work. And then BAM! I was rused out of nowhere. Yeah. Welcome to the ruse. Got the dog tag and mouse mat. Don't wear necklaces, so I put it on my Irie plush. What do the runes on the back say again? Either way, it's very nice. What? What? Well, they say the runatics are very cool, so I guess your Irie plush is now a runatic. So otherwise, it's just a proclamation about runatics that Irie is wearing for some reason. My Runie birthday merch finally came in yesterday. I'm so glad it got here safely. Runie Ita bag will soon be real. Yippee, yippee! Yippee, yippee, yippee!
Wow.
Yippee! I'm so happy my merch is finally coming in. I'm... You guys have waited so long. Thank you for being patient. Crazy idea. Go home, sleep, just stream at 11 p.m. Why would that be a better hour for you? But I have to wake up early. I have to wake up early, and ideally I would like to be awake when I get home because it's like the last few hours of sunlight that I have. Yeah, it would be a better hour for you guys. Because ideally I would like to come home and then get like, you know, a walk-in outside while there's still sunlight and sunshine. Right? So, it's not a good time for me. That's too late. I don't want to fall asleep when I get home. I was a fool and bundled mine. I will never see it. No! Wait, what did you bundle it with? Trying to think of what came out in your mind. Clara's, maybe? Oh, the Halloween, that's right. The Halloween merch, that's right. Yes, that as well. I bundled mine with Yu's, Hime's, and Ember's. Oh. Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, y'all's wallets. Don't talk to me about Toonie right now. Don't talk to me about Toonie. Thank you for the tip, Kyle. Happy Ruse Day, Runie. Thanks for giving us this opportunity again. It feels like Ruse Day #1 all over again. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've let you guys ask me marshmallows. I'm definitely, like, I'm never just gonna have this open for you guys. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I just don't like the idea of, like, having it open where anybody can, like, ask me a question with the expectation that I will see it at any time. I'm definitely not a fan of that, so I am sorry that I do keep it closed. It just kind of stresses me out. It's maybe a little too much access, you know? But I thought it's been a really long time since I've opened it, and people do ask about it periodically. So I was like, let's open it back up just for a very short amount of time, and let's not advertise it at all. We'll see what I got. Yeah, so I hope you guys got to ask all your burning questions. You forgot? No! You'll have to pay attention next time I open it up so you're not too late. In like a year from now, in another year, when I open them again. Will you still be around? Can I expect to see you in a whole nother year? Huh? Will you have abandoned me by then? No! Thank you for the tip, Noah. Happy Ruse Day. Thanks for taking a look at the Runetics comment box, boss. There was this weird rumor going around that the cards put in got transformed into new stacks of paperwork for us. But that couldn't be. Seriously, thanks for the Morrow stream. Thank you. Wait, what are you talking about cards? Am I crazy? Am I missing something? Maybe I can't read and walk and drink water and think all at the same time. Oh, a suggestion box. Oh, old school. Sorry, my brain slow. Thank you for the tip, Soul. Happy Ruse Day. Hope you were able to rest. Thank you. I did sleep a lot yesterday. I slept a lot yesterday. And yet I was still tired. The headaches transferred to the RUNIE tip alert. Wait, is that what happened? Is that why you guys keep pulling the tip alert? What the heck? Thank you, Crossbillion. If Miracle Rare, pick a different Sumfast title. Sumfast? I literally, that's not even close. It says From Soft. So I just, brain not work today. Happy Ruse Day, Rooney. Hope you're feeling better and you deserve the full spa treatment. Thank you, Infernal, thank you. Yeah, I want a massage. But this time I want a deep tissue massage. I've been watching ASMR like massage videos on YouTube to relax. And like I want to go to one of those places where they look like they're hurting you. I want to feel like I've been abused when I walk out. That's what I want. I'm so serious. That's actually, I feel like I've told you guys this before, but you know what I really feel like I need is I genuinely need like a giant person to like pick me up by my wrists and just shake me out. Just give me one good like shake me out. And I just feel like that would solve all my problems. But I don't want to go to a chiropractor. So I do want all of my, yeah, like a bed sheet, yeah. I do want all of my joints popped. I will not go to a chiropractor. You know, I don't know if I've definitely seen The Incredibles, but it's been so long ago that I don't really remember what happened. Yeah, I think I want to go to a massage therapist. Isn't that what they do though? They do, but I just, chiropractic is real sketch to me. I know it's helpful for a lot of people, and if it works for you, it works. But I personally find it a little sketchy. Yeah. And yeah, it can be a little dangerous, you know. Definitely wouldn't let anybody adjust my neck. So, aren't licensed doctors, so yeah, no. Yeah, I think the big thing with me, and it's probably just a perspective thing, but growing up, I feel like the chiropractor was always advertised to me the same way that all their doctors were. So growing up, I definitely was under the impression like a chiropractor is like, it's like a dentist or your gynecologist or your dermatologist or your general practitioner. Like it felt like, you know what I mean? Like it just felt like another category. And then when I got older and learned a little more, I realized that it's not regulated in the same way at all. It's a very different thing. And I think it just freaked me out that I was under such a different impression. Like my impression was completely wrong and not based in fact. And that just kind of like freaked me out. And so I've always just felt a little like, I don't know if I want to go to a chiropractor then. I just need someone to catch the guy who keeps beating me with a bat while I'm asleep. Yeah, who is that? Who's doing that? Who's doing that with you? It's definitely not Perona with a bat, that's for sure, because she would never do that. Right? Say it with me, you would never do that. Yeah. I used to do this to my younger brother when we were kids, where you sort of have the person cross their arms and pick them up by the elbows and crack. Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen people do that. But I don't know about that either. I don't know about that. I don't know about it. I'm good at cracking my own back though. Go to a sports-based one. That actually would make sense. I mean, I'm sure you could find... Wow. I'm sure I could find one that was like really upfront about what they did, what they studied. You know what I mean? It's the honesty level, I think, that gets to me. Like if I found a chiropractor who was just like really upfront and blatant about it, then I feel like I would feel more comfortable, you know? Yeah, the history is a little weird. I did see it. My mom sent it to me. This sounds like so absurd to me. I don't think I'm gonna do it because it makes me feel lazy. But I did. My mom sent me. Apparently, there's these places you can go where they like professionally like stretch you out. I do feel like that would be really nice. To like assisted stretching. And in all the photos they show like young, like athletic people. But it's gotta be for old people, right? Like it's gotta be for old people, right? It's basically massage therapy, but like they do specifically stretching. Yeah, I'm 96. No, I'm not that old though. Not always. In the pictures, it looks like they're marketing towards athletes. I didn't see any old people in the pictures, but I just feel like I'm gonna walk up in there and everyone's gonna be like 40 years older than me. I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm just like really lazy. Yeah, maybe I should just get a massage. But I do feel like a really good stretch would be nice. But I could stretch at home. But also, I hate stretching. You won't see any 130-year-olds. How do you know? How do you know? Hi, RUNIE, you're okay. Or, no, oh, I read that wrong. Hi, RUNIE, you're cute. Okay, peace. Peace. Mwah. Hello, RUNIE. Hello, Heretic. Hello. Evil never rests. So explain yourself, so-called evil woman. No rest for the wicked. Did you know that that's not what the song says? Is that where you got this from? No rest from the wicked? For the wicked? You thought that's what the lyrics were? Well, me too, dearie, but that's not what it says. It says no one mourns the wicked. I've talked about this multiple times. This is a fallacy. No rest for the wicked. Also, it says right on my schedule, rest for the wicked, like every day. Dearie, I only said that because I was thinking of witches. I was trying to talk like a witch, silly. I was in the same-ish situation of fasting causing migraines. My solution was to eat small meals for breakfast and lunch to keep the migraines away. I guess I'm kind of doing that, except switch lunch and dinner, because I'm eating a very small dinner and a very small breakfast, and then like most of my calories are coming from my lunch. But maybe that's the problem, because I'm getting tired right after lunch. So maybe I am. Maybe my body does just need to get used to it. Maybe I should eat less at lunch and more at dinner, or maybe more in the morning. Yeah, I've thought about it might be blood sugar related too. Maybe I'll just go to the doctor. So I'm not gonna lie, I also low-key feel like I'm running a fever right now. So maybe I'm just sick too, I don't know. There's something wrong with me. What the heck? You fix one problem, you get another problem. What is this? Yes, there is phlegm, but I've had really bad allergies. My allergies have been so horrible lately. I just constantly have like swollen eyes and drainage down the back of my throat. I can't breathe at night. I have to use those breathe right strips, which just wear them people, just wear them. If your nose gets inflamed and you can't breathe at night, just get the breathe right strips. They work, they're miracles. Just put them on your nose. You'll breathe again. I don't think I have a deviated septum. I just think it gets really swollen because I'm allergic to... Oh, I can't remember if I've told you guys this before, but I live by a beach where there's a bunch of palm trees, and I'm allergic to palm trees. I'm like very, very allergic to palm trees. Ironically. I'm also allergic to cats, of which I have two, who like to sleep on my bed by my face. So I just have to deal with it. I just have to deal with it. And I'm allergic to Benadryl. It's true. It's true. My pain. I know. Doesn't that suck? I won't tell the story again because I know I've said it before, but my poor mother learned that the hard way. She learned that I was allergic to Benadryl when I had chickenpox as a toddler. And my brother had chickenpox at the same time. Bless her heart. Man, you make yourself suffer quite a bit. Guess chat reflects streamer when it comes to the M allegations. No! No! It only is an M if you enjoy it. I don't enjoy those facets of my life. I just enjoy other facets enough to put up with those things. Like, I enjoy having a pet cat so very, very, very much. And those things outweigh the suffering that the being allergic to cats causes me, right? So I do not enjoy being allergic to cats. I do not enjoy the suffering that it gives me. I just get more joy out of having the cat proportionally than I do get suffering from being allergic to them. Stop doubting me. It makes sense. It makes sense, and you know it. It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm speaking logic. If Miracle Rare Rooney goes to a chiropractor after beating Elden Ring, no! I don't want to go to a chiropractor now! Okay, I think I'm caught up on everything. Oh no, I'm with you in Feverville. This stream is saving me right now. You heard it here, folks. RUNIE Ruse streams are fever reducer. Watch this YouTube video get taken down for harmful misinformation, and then the stream gets taken down. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend RUNIE Ruse streams. Alright, shall we? I'm gonna try to go in order that I got them. Ta-da. How many RUNIEs do you need to ruse a RUNIE? What do y'all think, folks? One. But here's the thing is a RUNIE cannot ruse a RUNIE. A RUNIE cannot ruse a RUNIE. It doesn't matter how many alts there are. If someone is getting rused, it will always be the runatic. Even if it seems that I'm getting rused, I'm not. You're getting rused. Wait, I take that back. There's only one person who can ruse me. And it's whatever 9-year-old made that freaking Mad Libs. The I'm mad because you're gay or whatever Mad Lib. That's the only ruser. I'm the only one strong enough. Sorry, I only heard the 50% of what... Sorry, I only heard the 50% of that, which said, RUNIE mocks chat for the M she sees in herself. It's okay, we love you still. Yeah, well, I only love 50% of you. I'll love 100% of you when you listen to 100%, okay? What the heck? Listen to me. No. It's not that... No, you guys totally misinterpreted me. You've misinterpreted me. It's not that I love 50% of you and hate 50%. It's that I only love 50% of each individual of you. So all of you are loved 50%. Unless you listen to 100% of what I say, then I love 100% of you. You see what I mean? It's on an individual basis. She hates half of us. No! What do you mean it's a nice save? That makes way more sense with what I was responding to. The way you guys interpreted it didn't make any sense at all. Why would that make sense? Treating lunatics as individuals blasphemy. Wow. It happens sometimes. Half of love is just love. Wow. Why can't it be the? Sometimes it's low, sometimes it's the. Here's 50% of my message. RUNIE Ruse, a face... It's okay, I know what you're gonna say. RUNIE Ruse, a face connect is the most evil, sexy, mature woman that I've ever met in my life. And I shall surrender my will to her. Am I right? Glad I listened to 100%. So if I listen to the VODs at 0.5 times, do I get 200%? Sure, why not? Why not? Sure. No, you to get 200%, you have to like, share, subscribe, comment. Send an email chain. Yeah, ring that notification bell. Thank you, I forgot about that one. I'll stick with the 50%. You have no idea what you're missing out. You know what? Maybe you should stick to 50% because I don't think you could handle 100% of my love. I don't think you could handle it. I think you'd drown in it. You'd be overwhelmed. It would overcome you. You're not strong enough for my love. Alright, we're gonna do the next one. I didn't properly prepare these, so I'm just like gonna have to screenshot them. Alright. And then drag them over. Go man, I would have done it, but I was sleeping. What's your favorite series of streams you've done, your favorite memory you've made, your favorite game you've played, and your proudest achievement since debut? Wow, you got a bunch all in one here. Favorite stream, series of streams. I would say Rusetober was like my favorite event. When I think like series of streams, I think like the Rusetober event was my favorite. It was really, really fun to put together. And I honestly didn't even expect you guys to be as excited as you were and like to be so sweet and awesome about it. Like all the effort I'd poured into it like really felt like 20 times worth it because it seemed like you guys actually liked it, so I was really happy. So I would say that was like my favorite like series that I put together. Favorite memory that I've made? There's a lot of really good memories, so that one's hard. I really liked watching The Fable with members. I look back on that very fondly. I feel the same. Well, honestly, all the members watch-alongs is what I'll say. The membership watch-alongs are really, really nice. And then playing, discovering, I feel like I've said this before, discovering the adjudicator in DMC3 was also a really highlight memory for me. I was very excited. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was very excited. But I also really liked the stream where I lost my memories, where I got amnesia. That's a significant stream for me because it kind of felt like I was hitting my stride at that point. Like my first few streams, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And that was the first time I did a stream where I was like, oh, okay, I think people really liked this. And I liked doing it. It was fun for me. It was fun for them. I think I can see a direction that I can go. So I look back onto that pretty fondly. Favorite game that I've played is definitely Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2. It's great. And I really liked it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I really liked it. And proudest achievement is probably, yeah, it's gonna have to be getting S+ Leon Hardcore in Resident Evil 2. Because that was so hard. That was harder than even beating Virgil in DMC3 in the last fight. That was way harder. Only because it took me so long. I still can't believe I got totally screwed over when I finally got the first time I got to that last battle with Mr. Oh my, oh, it's gonna give me heartburn. That invisible wall, man, that was craziness. Yeah, Magnum's betrayal. I did keep going. I had to do it a different day. I did have to call it a night and try again another day. But I had gone too far. Because you guys didn't even see some of my suffering. Because I did play some of it, you know, offline. So everything that you guys saw me suffer, multiply that like by about 2 times, and that's like the full amount of time that I suffered trying to get S+. But it was also a lot of fun. We never got to see you optimize the... Yeah, the RPD. Well, you got to see me do like the very last bit of it, because I think I started streaming it because I got really frustrated when you have to re-enter the RPD. I forget what was tripping me up. What was tripping me up then? I can't remember now, but I remember I got really frustrated and was like, I gotta stream it. I need emotional support because I kept dying. And then I forgot to pick up the clover key. Ooh, I remember that viscerally. Or maybe it was the dogs, but I ended up getting around the dogs pretty well though. Once I learned to zigzag, those dogs didn't stand a chance. Oh, it was Ada's section. Thank you so much. It was Ada. That's right. It was Ada's section that made me want to die. That's what it was. You're absolutely correct. Ada's section and the plant zombies when Mr. X is chasing you, those were the two like bottlenecks for me. I also remember you shipped them hard. I still ship them. She's alive. We know she's alive. She threw him the grenade launcher at the end of the game, and I think they're gonna get together. She can't resist his puppy dog charm. It's so cute. He's wearing her down. He's melting her heart. Very good dynamic. I love. I don't care about legacy. I care about love. I care about chemistry. You don't understand. That plant zombie with Mr. X section really required some rooting optimization to get past it. I mean, truly what stinks about that one section is that it was a skill issue. It really did come down to a skill issue. I think other people are able to do that section way faster than I was because they were just able to juke the zombies in a way that I couldn't manage. So it is what it is, but luckily I had enough extra time in my playthrough to kind of get around it, so. Yeah, maybe a rage moment or two. Claire saw Leon first. It doesn't matter. You can't call dibs on people, that's not how it works. You liked the liquors as well. Oh, I loved the liquors. The liquors really ended up not being that big of a problem though. Because I mostly just walked around them. Not the liqueurs, but the liquors. Liquor? I hardly know her. Yeah, they balance each other because Leon is too pure-hearted and Ada is a little too evil, so then they balance each other. So that Ada is just like the perfect amount of evil, and Leon is the perfect amount of pure-hearted. I'm sticking by it. I don't care what happens. I'll ship them forever. Alright, next. Alright. This one says, have you grown up with pets as a kid? And do you have any others aside from the Hellcats right now? So I grew up with cats. We pretty much always had a cat while I was growing up. And then like various family members also had dogs, so I did grow up around a lot of dogs as well. I think I've mentioned this before, but one of my grandparents rescued Chihuahuas. So I have a very, very, very soft spot for Chihuahuas because I grew up around them. And pit bulls, I grew up around a lot of pit bulls. So, and schnauzers. Grew up around a lot of schnauzers. But then in my household, we pretty much always just kept cats. And I have my 2 Hellcats right now. We used to have Hellhound. I never brought it up. I don't want to talk about it too much. But do not have Hellhound anymore. Hellhound is fine. She's fine. But she is with a new home. I never brought it up because I was actually, you guys, it's been a while now, so I've gotten over it, but I was really devastated. I was so devastated. I cried so much and so hard. But as you guys know, it was technically my mom's dog, and my mom is also dealing with illness, and it just got too much for her to handle. And because I have 2 jobs, like, I just didn't have the extra time to take care of Hellhound. And so we just had to make the tough decision to find her a better home that was really able to give her the attention and love that she needed. But I felt real horrible about it. But we found her another family who had grown up with hellhounds, and they had just lost their previous hellhound. And their son also had a hellhound about her age, and they hit it off like immediately, became best friends. And so she has someone to play with all the time. They like to go paddleboarding, and they go on runs. She loves being in the water, and she loved going on runs. So she's with a very active family who they're both retired. So they have all the time in the world to take care of her, and she's got a little puppy friend. So they've sent us some updates. I really do think it was for the best, but boy, did I feel sorry for myself. I never brought it up because I couldn't talk about it without like bawling. I felt so sad for myself about it. But yeah, anyways, so that is what happened with Hellhound, but I do still have Hellcats. I'm definitely a dog lover and a cat lover. Cats have always just made more sense with my lifestyle, but if I ever settle down a little bit more, and I think I have the time, I would love to get a dog, because I love dogs. I also really like snakes. I don't think I'll ever get a snake, because my mom doesn't really want a snake. And I have cats who would probably want to eat the snake, but... Oh, did I just get sent? Did I get sent? What is this? Listening 0%. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Listen to 100% right now. You're lying. I know you listen to more than 0%. I know you do. Well... perhaps I'm a liar, because even though you listen to me only 0%, I still have more than 0% love for you, so... I guess I'm the fool here. I guess I'm the one being made to look like an idiot, huh? Nothing I can do about that. Alright. Next. Do you plan to make more content with your southern accent? Those were so... Oh, is it... Oh, am I back? Am I gone? Am I back? Reconnected? Alright, I think it disconnected for a second, but hopefully we are back now. No, it disconnected again, no! Come back, come back. Oh no! Okay. Reconnected? We're so back, it's so over. We're so back, we're so over. It's back, it's over. Okay, I think we're back for real now. The southern accents, well... I think this is referring to the Southern Bells stuff that I did. So I did a Southern Belle audio drama that's available for members. And then I also did a Southern Belle stream. And I might do... more? Yeah. If you guys want it. You're here, but are you friendly? How did you die? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? Man, I still haven't gotten to play the new update in Phasmophobia. See that's what also stinks is like yesterday I had to cancel stream. That would have been a great time to freaking play Phasmophobia, but instead I just slept. I just slept the day away. See, I can't. I don't have these hours in the day to be sleeping. I'm gonna have to start drinking coffee. Sometimes I can still hear her, and you will forever. You'll hear me tonight, tomorrow, and the next day, every day in the morning, in your dreams. You'll never escape me. I'll be a part of you forever, whether you like it or not. Past death. Even through the days as you scream in agony in hell, I'll be there. Like a tulpa. Like a tulpa. You can't get rid of me. Promise? Yeah, I promise. It's a RUNIE Ruse guarantee, just like being a fever reducer. But yeah, I might do more. We'll see. Southern Belle content. And just for reference, that's not my real accent. The Southern Belle one is very exaggerated, and I definitely don't get it perfect. My real Southern accent is a lot more subtle than that. All right. Next. This is a long one, but I'm gonna read it. Okay. As a 96-year-old former nun of the Moon Goddess, I'm sure you've seen your share of things. Been around, picked up aspects other younger folk wouldn't. You talked about this in your apostasy BTS, but do you think that you have to get a degree to be successful? Sometimes I feel like I could do much more if I went back to college, but other times I feel too old to get back on track. I guess it also depends on what you're getting a degree in, whether or not you do grad school, etc., etc. But what I'm trying to ask concisely is this: are you content that you put yourself through college? And additionally, what advice would you give somebody with ambitions of going for a career as a physician? Well, obviously, that's a huge decision, so I can only talk based off of my personal experience, and that's not any area of expertise for me, right? But what I will say is that in my experience, I am glad that I got my degree, because I literally could not work in the field that I work in without it. And if you are interested in a field like that, then yeah, you're just gonna have to get a degree. Like if you want to be a physician, you can't be a physician without getting a degree. You're just gonna have to do it. What I would say, my advice personally would be, is to remember that a lot of getting into that field is going to be networking, not necessarily how fancy of a school that you went to. So if you can find a school that, like, I would really just try to like balance between schools that are going to give you good connections, seems like they have, like, will actually give you the base knowledge that you need, but also is affordable for you. It's not necessarily always going to be worth it to go to a private university like I did and spend tons and tons, tens of thousands of dollars and rack up debt. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna give you a better chance. Because for me, like, mostly what got me into my field was internships, and I could have gotten those internships regardless of what schools I went to. Like, my school didn't get me my internships, I got my internships. You know what I mean? By calling people and bugging people, basically, right? It's really a lot about who you know. And some schools are going to be able to give you those opportunities. Like, some schools are going to be better at that, so that is something that you want to think about. It's not like all colleges are built the same, because some are going to have more, like, if you want to go into science, like, some of them will have more science fairs or have more opportunities to take you to conventions and things where you can network with other people than maybe a smaller school could. But at the end of the day, I mostly finance through scholarships, or like be able to pay it off as you work at school, I really don't know if you should do it. I don't recommend getting in a whole bunch of debt. There is probably other options. It might take you longer, like maybe you can go to a community college for a few years and get some of those core degrees and then transfer to a nicer school for more of the core classes for the degree that you want, you know? I think I said that backwards. You could go to like a community college to get like the general credits that you need and then transfer for the core credits at another school. But yeah, I would definitely, just in my experience, not as an expert, I wouldn't get sucked in by the idea that like big fancy private school is best, because it might not actually be the best for you. I think the best school for you, if you need a degree to do what you want to do, is going to be what you can afford. And networking goes a really, really long way. And that's the other thing, because like I said, I got a really good internship that helped me insanely to get into my career field. And like I said, I didn't really get that because of the school that I went to. I got it because I reached out and they said no, and then I reached out again and they said no, and then I reached out again and they gave in to me. So a little bit of persistence, you know. And then another reason I was able to get into my field, because I'm in a pretty competitive field, is I also did a summer job too. So this was something I did while I was in school. I did get paid a little bit for it, not very much, but I got paid a little bit, but it was still worth it because I got to meet a lot of people in that industry, and then I made a lot of connections there. That also took, you know, getting out of my shell, because I had to go up and talk to people, shake their hands, you know. So it wasn't technically an internship because I guess it's a paid internship, you could say that, yeah. Paid internship. And it was a lot of work. I mean, it was 8 hours days for very little pay, but I do think it was worth it in the end. Because just for reference, when I did get my first job, I had to take a test to do it. So just the industry I was going into, that's very normal. You can't just get the job because you have the degree. You actually have to prove that you like know what you're talking about. So just your degree on paper isn't going to be enough to get you in the door. They're going to usually give you multiple tests. It's very competitive, yes. And so one of the people that I met through my paid internship had worked in that field for a really long time. So I reached out to him and was like, hey, I have this interview and test coming up. Do you have any idea? Like, I was just wondering if you had any tips for me, things I should study and brush up on. And he was able to send me from one of his old jobs the tests that they gave, right? And so I was able to look at those test questions and study them, and when I tell you it was almost verbatim what I got tested on, there were a few things that weren't, but like nearly verbatim, and there were things on there that I wouldn't have thought I would have needed to know. And I'm so glad that he sent it to me, because I wouldn't have known. I really wouldn't have known to study those things. So that was really, really helpful to me. So even though that person didn't have like any direct connections, like wasn't even in the same part of the country, still helped me significantly to be able to get that job. And then of course I guess I technically had to, so that was a paid internship that connected me with that person. The other internship was unpaid, but it was hands-on, like actually in the field. So basically the one that I had to email multiple times about, it was somebody who already did what I wanted to do, and I emailed them and bothered them until they let me come. And basically they let me just shadow them, and I did a bunch of work for them too, and I didn't get paid anything, but it was, I will say, super, super, super helpful for two reasons. One, it let me know that I actually liked the work, and I actually got to see, not just on paper, but like experience the daily workflow of what my life would be like. And it definitely encouraged me, because I think I did that either after my freshman year or after my sophomore year. But it was in like the first half. And so I was able to go, you know what, I'm on the right track. I really think I could do this. I want to do this. But then also just in any job, like having that hands-on experience with it is going to help. It's really, really going to help. And that's the other thing that I would say too, is when picking a school, I would try to pick a school that's going to help you get hands-on experience with the stuff that you want to do. You know, so like if, like, let's say you're interested in a branch of science, right? Look up the instrumentation that you would be using in that branch of science. Like, do some research, look up, like, what would I actually be using day to day, what techniques, and then try to find a school that's going to be able to get you with that instrumentation hands-on actually using it. Or yeah, like if you want to go into farm and there's schools that have actual farms, like however it transfers, you know, I would definitely try to do that, because having that hands-on experience with the actual techniques and instrumentation that you would use, or I'm thinking sciencey, but in whatever field it is, would be really helpful when you go to actually do the job. Took me quite some time to figure out that I didn't like the potential work for the degree I was in due to lacking practical experience. And that's the thing, that's why I get really jaded about college sometimes, because I just don't feel like they focus enough on that. When I look back at like my degree and all like all the classes I took, I'm like, I didn't need a bunch of these classes. I would have benefited so much more from more like tailored experiences for what I was trying to learn and what I wanted to become an expert in, right? And it's just not the way that a lot of them are set up. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that just goes back to what I was saying before, is I wouldn't try to go to a school that you can't afford, because I genuinely think it would be more worthwhile to you to go to a school within your budgetary means so that you don't have to rack up a lot of debt, and then work really hard to get those internships or opportunities that you can to get more hands-on experience with what you'd actually be doing on a daily basis. Or trade schools, yeah. I am definitely a proponent of a trade school. An apprenticeship should absolutely come back. I really do think that. I had to go out of my way to learn the actual skills I needed for my field. Didn't get taught them in college. I think that happens to a lot of people. Face Connect University has an evil woman degree. Uh-huh. Yeah. You too can become an evil woman. You made me cry all day when you canceled yesterday. I hope you're happy, woman. Look at this fool. Tyler, he was crying while I was sleeping away in my bed, all comfy cozy. Honk shoo, me 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 me. Honk shoo, me 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 me. And he was crying. I am happy. That's what you get for watching an evil woman. Anyways, I hope that answered the question, but once again, like, that's just my personal experience. I'm definitely not an expert in that kind of thing. And that's a huge decision to make in general, so I wish you the best of luck. But I also don't think you're ever too old, so I wouldn't worry about that. You're probably a lot younger than you think. Alright. This is gonna be a good one. Is there anything we can do to avoid and reduce the amount of collective punishment we get? Setting an example once in a while is helpful, but can the well-behaved runatics do anything better besides complimenting our mature, mysterious, and evil Oshi? What, did you want this to be fair? Do you think it's unfair that you get caught up in the collective punishment even though you're such a good, well-behaved boy? That's what you think? Whoever said I'd be fair? The answer is no. Next. All right. Next. If I skip over one, I'm sorry. I'm not skipping over anything on purpose. It's just a wall of white and black text, so I might skip over one by accident. Hi, RUNIE! You always seem to have so many cool ideas lined up, whether it's for roleplay streams or just fun activity streams, so I've wondered, where do you get all these ideas from? And what would you say is your biggest influence on the content you make? And if I can be greedy with it as well, have any of the RUNIE alts also been directly influenced by anything in particular? Okay, so I think that I've said this before, but a lot of my ideas come from a joke. I think of one joke and then I make a whole stream off of it. You know? Like, so for Rue, for example, you guys kept calling me a normie, and I was just like, well, I'll show them what a normie is. So that'll be, I'll give them the real normie experience if that's what they want. And then that's how, yeah, that's how Rue came about. It was as easy as that. You guys called me a normie, and I thought, well, I'll show you. I know what a real normie is. Isn't every RUNIE stream a joke stream with RUNIE involved? Pretty much, actually. I mean, the amnesia stream was because it's based off a real-life incident where I was hanging up an Idolmaster poster where all the girls are in their bikinis, and I stepped back to admire it, but I was like on my bed, and I stepped back into my ceiling fan, and it hit my head. And then I actually got a concussion from that. And I thought, oh, that was a funny story. What if I make that into a stream? I'll just make it a Hina poster, right? And so that's how it became that's how it happened. Trying to think of other examples. Man, what are other streams I've done? Why am I blanking? Oh yeah, Woman Zeus was literally just a pun. I just thought it was funny. I thought of the pun puzzle of Woman Zeus, Minhera. That's the whole reason I did that. Vampire Idol was a little different. You guys really wanted me to do a vampire stream, so I thought, okay, I think you guys actually won it or something. And so I didn't want to do a traditional vampire type stream. Like, I didn't want it to be what you would expect from a vampire stream, because I don't really like vampires and I don't really like vampire stories. I wanted to do something that I would also enjoy but was still technically vampire. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a vampire idol because I really like the song Kyun Vampire Girl from Idolmaster. I just keep tying back to Idolmaster. And I thought that might hurt you guys more too. It was kind of also I wanted to punish you. Yeah, bite your hearts instead of your necks. Exactly. Nyan nyan fire, nyan fire, nyan 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 fire, nyan fire, nyan 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 fire, nyan fire, nyan 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 fire, nyan. There's a really cute dance to that, in case you guys didn't know. Why do all the girls want to punish me? Except for Iori, she's the nice one. Yeah, you're totally right. You don't have to worry about Iori at all. very sweet, and would never hurt you. Yeah, that's 100% true, and you should never think anything different or doubt it for a second. Biggest influence? Yeah, I guess I don't know, because I do feel like most of the streams are just, it's just like a random thought. Dissociative Identity Elevator, that stream came about because I was trying to think of Halloween streams, and there's a really popular like phenomenon, like the Hellevator, if you guys have ever heard of it. It's like an urban legend that you can play this game with an elevator and it'll take you to like another dimension. And so it was just kind of like a play off of that. I was like, oh, it might be fun if I did like Hellevator. Actually, I kind of messed that one up. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. So the plan with the Hellevator was actually to take you guys to different floors. And on each floor was going to be like the different girl. But then I realized super last minute that that didn't make sense with the dissociative identity because it's all one. Like there was no way for them to be on like multiple floors. Like it was all like, you guys know what I'm trying to say? It didn't feel like it made sense with the lore because it's like all four of them in one person, not four separate entities. And so I kind of had to like make it work last minute. That's why it was a little bit clanky. I was actually really mad after that stream, not at you guys, at myself, because I felt like I messed it up. It was like, it was too glitchy. It didn't run as smoothly as I wanted. I was really upset. I cried a little bit. I was very upset. In retrospect, I think it probably went fine.
Wow.
But I messed it up more than I wanted to. But I also had to change it up last minute because I realized, like, I don't know why it didn't click with me until last minute that I was like, this doesn't really fit. I need to fix it. But I definitely messed it up way more than I meant to. It was one of your favorite streams. No! But if I recall, you had to rig the gacha to make it work too. I did. The gacha was not working in our favor. I like to imagine them sprinting up and down the stairs. Maybe I should have made it like that. Alright. Next. Alright, next question. Apart from streams, do you still find time on exposing yourself to new medias and hobbies? If so, how do you go about it? This is something I've really struggled with, and I also still have not managed to get quite down. I have definitely like scaled back on some things that I really like doing, which makes me sad. I love sewing, as you guys know. I love sewing, and I have not had the time to sew things in so long because sewing takes a lot of time. And I haven't been able to keep up with all the manga that I usually like to read. So this is something I still have to work on, trying to figure out how to balance. See, yeah, getting into balloons was a little bit easier because I can balloon while I do other things. So for example, I balloon while I play D&D, and I balloon, you know, while I'm in a meeting, or, you know, I can easily multitask balloon. But I can't multitask sewing quite as much. So, and I definitely can't multitask manga reading. Manga reading is definitely something that takes my full attention. So that's something I'm still working on and that I want to improve in my life so that I can still keep up with my hobbies. So, but it's tough because I have 2 jobs. So I spend a lot of time working. New media is just late night repo, yeah. I could be ballooning right now. Definitely being able to turn it into content helps. Like I've been able to stay, well, recently not even, but for a while there I was able to stay consistent with Phasmophobia, playing that as a hobby, but because I was able to also make content out of it. So that if I can make content out of it, it makes it a whole lot easier. I wish I could do reading streams. It's like, it's a copyright hell zone. So otherwise I would do reading streams. If I could turn reading into content, I would do it in a second. Because that would just be really nice for me, because I like to read. I find it very relaxing. So yeah, but it can't be a book club. It has to actually be like me reading the book to you. So there are a few that are completely public domain, but yeah, not much. It's not the ones that I want to read. I want to read Terry Pratchett to you guys. I want to read Terry Pratchett. I want to read Lord of the Rings. I've been thinking about this series that I read when I was little. I need to find it. Did I talk about this the other day? I can't remember. I read this book when I was little. And if I remember the premise right, it's actually bonkers. If I remember the premise right, it's like a sister and her younger sister gets kidnapped. She goes to find her and she ends up like falling in, like going down this hole, and there's this like other world and there's a goblin king. Okay, it kind of sounds like the movie, but it's not that. It's not that at all. And she ends up like getting betrothed to the Goblin King. And I remember there's like also elves and like some other like magical races. And there was something I remember about like they test her blood at some point, and it turns out that like she has like a little bit of goblin in her or something. Or like she had like something else. How I accidentally became the queen of the goblins. It was something like that. There wasn't a baby with the power. It wasn't Labyrinth though. I'm telling you, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I feel like the name of it was like Under the Hill or Hidden Under the Cursed Hill. It was something like, oh, Hollow Kingdom? Wait, that might be it. Holy crap, hold on. Is it a trilogy? I don't remember reading 3 of them. Doesn't mean I didn't. The Hollow Kingdom? Why does that sound really familiar? That might be it. Oh my god! Oh my god, that's it! Oh my god! This is it! I remember this freaking... Okay, hold on. This is the cover of the book that I had. This is it. This is the cover I had. It's so blurry. The Hollow Kingdom. Look, that's like the Goblin King behind her or whatever. Book 1 in the Hollow Kingdom trilogy has a strange and tragic history. For thousands of years... Hollow Hill has a strange and tragic history. For thousands of years, young women have been vanishing from the estate, never to be seen again. Now Kate and Emily have come to live at Hollow Hill. Brought up in a civilized age, they have no idea of the land's dreadful heritage. Until, that is, Marok decides to tell them himself. Marok. This was very, this is juvenile fiction, and this was very influential in my life. Wow. Did you just Google that? Wait, who was it that knew that? The Hollow Trilogy. My day has been made. Oh, you just Googled it. Yep, that's it. The Hollow Trilogy. I want to read it to you. I just feel like this one in particular would be fun to read to you guys, because I do feel like it was formative, but I also haven't experienced it as an adult, so I just think it would be fun to experience it together and be like, what the heck was I reading as a kid? I remember it being sad at one point. I feel like there was an elven character who I really liked, and she got like pregnant at some point and then gets murdered or dies or something. Not to spoil things, but I remember there being some sort of plotline like that, and I remember it really upsetting me. Oh, because I think she was like the last elf or something. I think she was like the very last elf, And I think she like dies during pregnancy or something, and then like all the elves are dead. I can't remember. It's not a true spoiler because I can't quite remember, but it was something like that. But I remember that I liked it so much that I stole the idea for my own manga that I was drawing as a kid. It's so embarrassing. But I did change it up a little bit. In my manga, it was like, it wasn't like a blood thing, it was like an eye thing. Like there was some pattern that you could have in your eye that could only be revealed like on your birthday or something. I forget. There was like something where I was like, yeah, I think it was your birthday. Like only on your birthday, your eyes would reveal a certain pattern that could tell you if you had like certain bloodline in you. So like this is actually crazy. This is the main character. It's her sister's birthday, and she finds out that her sister has fairy blood, but she doesn't. And that's how she finds out that her sister is like only her half sister. And she didn't know that before. And there was also something about like she was like a master thief or something. No, she was a detective, and there was an elf, and that was her love interest, and she like was after him. I don't know, it's something like that. Yeah, call Mori. Yeah, built-in paternity test. I remember it being a really big deal when they found out that she had fairy blood, but I can't remember why within the context of the story. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I wrote when I was a kid. I wish I still had it because it was actually pretty long. And I also remember like having people read it, like older people, which is really embarrassing in retrospect. I'm like, I can't believe I like had this like hand-drawn, stapled together manga that I was drawing and then handing off to people like 5-6 years older than me. Like, do you like it? Is it good? And they're just humoring this stupid kid with her pencil smudged on her t-shirt. So embarrassing. Ah, welcome Raiders! Lumi Raid! Lemon Raid! I hope you had a wonderful stream, Miss Lumi! Welcome in, everybody. I'm answering some marshmallows. This is something I have not done for over a year. I did it once, I think the first week after I debuted, and then I've never done it again, so I opened them up super temporarily. I'm answering some marshmallows. We got sidetracked. Is anybody surprised? I got a little bit sidetracked. You know, just talking about like goblin brides and being a cringe child, but we're gonna get back on track again. What is this? What is this one? Miss Ruse, I have intended to take several of your runatics as Discord kittens. I hope you're okay with that. I also hope you're okay with the fact that you read the first sentence wrong. But more importantly, that you can forgive me now that I made you look silly from you reading that again. Hee goofy. What? I didn't read nothing wrong. Now who looks goofy? Hoomst is the goofball here. It's you. And if you think you can steal my runatics to make them your Discord kittens, you'd be warned. My runatics wait around in the Discord for me to give them a message, of which I basically will almost never do. They're trapped there, and they can't escape. Wow. You'll never save them from my claws. But when she does, almost, there's a chance. Exactly. Goofball is still the dorky woman. Who's that then? Cause I don't see any dorky women in sight. I know you ain't talking about Miss Lumi. You wanna throw hands? What did I return to? Oh, this is way better. We were talking about like stolen goblin brides like a few seconds ago. Maybe that would have been better? Choo-choo-choo. All right. Next. More voice acting, please. You absolutely cooked in Hime's outfit reveal, MV. It's crazy how some people didn't even recognize it was you. Skits like your early RUNIE audio drama should make a comeback, maybe involving the various purchasable alt RUNIEs. I would like to do more voice acting. It's just hard to get the scripts done. I would like to be able to write them myself, but I don't have the time. But I do like voice acting, so I would like to do more of it. I'm glad that you guys also enjoy it. Though, I don't know. I don't know. I want to do more. I want to do more. So, we'll see. Maybe involving the various purchasable alt RUNIEs. Now that is a no. You must... I can't... You see, here's the thing is, you're not going to want to buy a Robo RUNIE stream if I just gave you a Robo RUNIE audio drama. I'm going to be spoiling you way too much, you know? It's scarcity. You have to understand scarcity, right? As a business owner. I can't give you too much, you know? You never heard of a teaser? You already got a teaser. That was the doppelganger stream. That was your teaser. You already got a free sample. Why are you guys acting like you didn't get a free sample? I gave you the sample. And y'all slapped her. Yeah, and y'all slapped her, so... You were forced to slap her? Oh, so you don't want to take responsibility for your own actions? Because I'm pretty sure I remember you guys having a clear choice. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. You chose to. You chose it. And you slapped her right out of existence. I didn't make you do anything. Slap her again. This is not the wrong. It's me. No. No. You're only allowed to slap me when I allow it. I control the world here. Your hand can't be on screen unless I allow it. Can you please allow it? No. Next. Doo-doo-doo. All right. How are you so cute? And do you know of Welcome to Night Vale? Okay, so the answer for how I'm so cute is because I'm surrounded by cute girls and their cuteness rubs off on me. I'm leeching their cuteness. That's what it is. It's thanks to all of the cuteness and Face Connect that I can also be cute. And then Welcome to Night Vale, I've actually never listened to it, but I am aware of it. It's been recommended to me a few times. I think the fandom kind of scared me off at first. Because I remember it was first popular, that was like Tumblr ages, and I thought it looked pretty cringe. I'm older now, though I bet it wasn't really that cringe. I bet just the fandom was kind of cringe, so I might would like it. I should check it out. I do like a podcast. Audio dramas can be a little hit or miss with me, but I think I would like that. Next. Oh, this is a really good question. How do you do it? I'm gonna have to think about this one for a second. It's a really hard question to answer, to be honest. You know? How do I do it? Well, you know, a lot of thought and energy goes into it. I just don't know if I can properly explain how I do it. This is what I can say. I can tell you guys how I don't do it. You know I won't do it without the fearsome. Pow, pow, pow. That's what I am. Please understand. I wanna be your holy man. I hope that answered your question enough. Thank you very much for such a thoughtful question. That's how I don't do it. Next question. Hi, Rooney. Any plans for Mahjong? Okay, so when I was first in the basement of Face Connect, it was around the time that they were doing the Mahjong event. And so I actually did download Mahjong Soul. I did learn how to play it. I had a handwritten list of the different, I'm thinking poker terms, so I wanted to call it hands, but that's not what they call it in that. Yaku, yeah, the different Yaku. And I actually did really enjoy playing it. I very much so enjoyed playing it. Now it's been several months, like probably half a year since I've touched Mahjong, so I'd have to really refresh it. But I would definitely be interested in playing Mahjong more. Yeah. I would definitely play it more. It was fun. I enjoyed the aspect of Mahjong Soul where you like went up in the rankings, because I remember it being very, very exciting when I got out of, what is it, amateur, wherever you start. When I finally got out of that, like up to the next one, I was so excited. But yeah, I am very much so enjoyed Mahjong. It was definitely up my alley. I still had a lot to learn because I was basically just trying to learn the Yaku, right? And kind of, but I didn't have a good understanding of like what was more valuable than others. So I probably wasn't always making the best decisions as far as like what I wanted to aim for. And sometimes I think I probably would have been better off aiming for an easier Yaku to get so that I could actually like end the round. And instead I would like try to go for a more complicated one, and then, you know, someone would get it before me. But yeah. All simples. Sometimes those are hard. I feel like, you know how these kind of games go. Like you decide what you want, and then, you know, you draw like 4 dragon tiles in a row. And you're like, well, kill me. Well, kill me then. I was definitely starting to pick up on some strategies as far as what to discard and what not to discard and when to discard it. So, but I was an amateur for sure. So don't expect any high-level Mahjong from me. I also have to admit that I played Sakana a few times and he kicked my butt every time I played him, and it kind of pissed me off. It was very discouraging. I will play Mahjong, but I will not play against Sakana. I will not play against him until I'm like really good at it. So you like singing, D&D, Terry Pratchett, One Piece, and Fezzes, which are cool. I'd say you earned this. Thank you so much. Mwah. If you like all of those things, then you're also cool. You want more Normie? You guys just got Normie not that long ago, so you'll have to wait a long time before you can see her again. Like I said, I can't give you guys too much. I gotta just keep whetting the appetite. Your appetite has been whetted. You've been aperitifed. So now you have to wait. probably at least 4 months. They've forgotten the taste. Well, you should have savored her more, you fools. 7 months of being Ruse. Thank you for 7 months. Thank you. All right, let's read this one. Hi there. I don't know how to say this word. Malefic maiden of misery. I'm a bit of a bookworm, you see, and I was wondering if you had an author or an interesting story in mind that you'd say everyone has to read at least once, other than One Piece. Something like a RUNIE's must-read list. Can I ask you to shed a bit of light on your literary preferences? Or philosophical, that's interesting too. Thanks for all the thought and work that you put into all of this, by the way. I shall push papers with renewed vigor. Thank you! Have you tried One Piece? Have you tried One Piece? I think you're talking about books and not manga, so I do have some recommendations. I've talked about this a little bit before, that as much of a Lord of the Rings fan that I am, I don't think that I actually like fantasy, especially not modern fantasy. I've really tried to get into some of the more popular modern fantasy stories, and it's just not for me. What I do tend to like are mysteries. And then I also read a lot of nonfiction. A mystery book that I really liked, for example, is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. If you haven't read The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, I highly recommend it. It was so good that I read it and then I immediately read it again. Like I read the last word and then I just opened it back up to the first page and wanted to read it all over again with the fresh perspective of knowing exactly what was going on. And I believe that same author also did Devil in the Dark Water, I think it was called, which I also really liked. But both of those are really fun books. And then, let's see, for nonfiction, I like, what's her name, Mary Roach's books. So things like Gulp, Stiff. She does like scientific writing in a way that's pretty digestible for people even who maybe like don't like science as much. Just really fun and witty ways to learn about our bodies and death and whatever topic she's covering. So I really like her stuff. I'm trying to think. Oh, I read the book Mindfuck not that long ago. That was actually pretty depressing, but it was a good read if you want to read it. So those are some things that I would recommend. But like I said, I don't get to read as much as I used to. I really miss reading. So I like some horror books. We've talked about this before. Oh, why am I blanking? You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. The horror book that we talked about before. about the guy whose house is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. House of Leaves. I really liked House of Leaves. So, yeah. I hope that answered your question. And I love Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett is saving the fantasy genre for me. I was really close to saying that Lord of the Rings was a fluke and I didn't actually enjoy fantasy, but I do enjoy fantasy because I love Terry Pratchett's stuff. And also, this is when I was a kid, and I've been meaning to reread them as adults, but when I was a kid, I really liked the Tamora Pierce books, and all of those were fantasy books as well. And I particularly liked Trickster's Choice. If any of you guys have ever read the Tamora Pierce books, they're meant for kids, so I haven't read them as an adult, but I feel like from my memory that I feel like they would live up to it. I did really like those. Discworld, I just can't praise it enough. I love Discworld so much. I'm on Moving Pictures now. I'm reading Moving Pictures. So I'm reading them in publication order. So that's the Discworld novel that I'm on right now. All right. Next. What is your favorite game that you really want to share with us but haven't played because it might be bad for streaming? Oh God. I mean, that would have to be Fire Emblem. Yeah, that would have to be Fire Emblem. I don't know which one. There's so many that I really like, but yeah, it would be Fire Emblem. Love, 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 love some of the older ones. I really liked Sacred Stones, Blazing Sword. Yeah. Very much so enjoyed it. So Awakening was good. But yeah, they're not great games for streaming, but I do really like them. So I know you guys are begging, but Fire Emblem isn't bad for streaming. Really? Do you want me to test this out? Cause you know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do like 2 streams of it and views are gonna tank and then I'm gonna have to drop it and you'll never get to see me finish it. You could do 3 houses for Hubert. No, I can't. No, that stupid, stupid idiot simp. How dare he get me? How dare he get me? He got me, and how dare he? How dare he? How dare he? Death penalty. Hubert von Vestra, when I get you, when I get you. That's how I feel about that. Oh my gosh, wow. I totally missed this. The hike, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Gifted memberships, woo. Gifted memberships, hooray. Gifted memberships, hooray, hooray. Gifted memberships, wow. Make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today, hooray. Yeah, that's right. I'm a D1 hater. Oh my gosh, I got called a D1 hater at work today. It was, what do you call it? It was, like unreal. I was like, I got called D1 hater in the wild. Wait, what? How? I was talking to my coworkers about Sinners because I saw the movie Sinners over the weekend, and they were like, "It must really be good because you're D1 hater of vampires." That's what they said. They said I was a D1 level hater of vampires, and I was like, 1, that's true, and 2, the movie is that good. You guys, wait, I'm gonna go on a whole rant if I go on this rant, so I'll try not to. But I enjoyed Sinners so much. Sinners is getting a 5 out of 5 on my letterbox when I finally write it up. I'm just taking a few more days to like digest some of the thoughts, but I loved every second of it. And that movie turned me into a vampire tolerator because I actually really liked the vampires in it. I may now be a vampire tolerator. Because it's really good, and it is absolutely one of those movies that you're gonna want to see in the theater. I think if you see it for the first time at home, you're gonna wish that you saw it in theater. So I definitely recommend going out and seeing it if you can. Anyways, it's very good. Escalon! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. I'm not using my tambourine because I'm on my treadmill, so I'm sorry about that, but. Gifted memberships, whoo! Gifted memberships, hooray! Gifted memberships, hooray, hooray! Gifted memberships, wow! Make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today, hooray! Thank you! You forgot I was on the treadmill. Yeah, I'm on the treadmill. I've done 6 miles so far, 6.1 miles so far. Fire Emblem 2 streams and I'll give subs. What the heck? You guys think you can bribe me? You think you can bribe me? Well, maybe. I mean, I do love Fire Emblem. I would love to play Fire Emblem. I don't know how good it would be for streams. Because a lot of it also is like strategy, right? And you guys also know I'm a psychopath when it comes to things like this. So you're going to watch me play the same map over and over until I get it perfectly the way I wanted. You know what I mean? Like I make one mistake and I'm gonna start it all the way over. Wow. If I were you, I would be worried about backseaters. I've played the game before. So it wouldn't really be one. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be weird to backseat me on a game I've played before. Right? Surely it wouldn't happen. I won't scum the level ups. I will not cheat. I will play it the old school way, even if... Oh, that's the other thing though, it's on an emulator. I don't know if I can or not. Well, you said Irie did? Because I know it gets kind of weird with streaming the emulators. I guess I could ask permission. Just don't say it is. How else? What else would it be, though? It's the sad reality of today. People won't stay invested in a long Let's Play anymore. I mean, I totally get it, though. It makes sense to me. Because it's so story-based that it's hard to pick up. So let's say you see a streamer's live streaming, you're like, oh, I've always wanted to check out this streamer. And then you open it up and it's in the middle of a story that you don't know. I feel like it would be very hard to get into, and especially a mechanically heavy game like a Fire Emblem game. You might not understand the strategy, and you guys know me, I'm going to be talking strategy the whole time, talking through why I'm making certain decisions that I'm making, where I'm moving my units, what I'm equipping them with, etc., etc. So then their options are like, just continue on and not understand anything, or go all the way back from the beginning, and a new viewer isn't going to want to do that. I get that. Simply ruse us into believing it's a normal hardware player. I mean, if anybody could, it would be me, right? To call you stupid. I would never do that. When have I ever called you guys stupid? I would have never done that. Thank you for the super. It's cutting off y'all's names so I can see his gore. Thank you for the super, gore. Thank you for the super, gore. Yeah, I've never called you guys stupid. Y'all are crazy. Wow. All RUNIE streams are 10 out of 10. Robo RUNIE plus 1 bonus. Yeah, well, you'll have to buy Robo RUNIE. If you want Robo RUNIE so bad, then why don't you buy her? Alright. Next one. This is basically, what is your favorite horror game? And that would be well, I guess it would be the Resident Evil 2 remake. But before that, I would have said Inscription. Because I really liked Inscription. I also really liked Return of the Obra Dinn. I've watched Battletech playthroughs. I have the patience if I like the concept and the creator, especially if there's lore and strategy. Yep. Thank you. I mean, I can always give it a shot. We can give it a shot. But also, I have so many games to play now. Yeah, you can see what I don't like in a horror game from my D1 hater stream. Yeah, I think that's what I would say. His favorite horror games. Okay, let's next. What was the biggest challenge you had to overcome so far in your journey as a VTuber from the phase world? I guess like practically, it's definitely just work-life balance. Yeah, maybe headaches if I'm saying like practical things. If we're talking on a more emotional level, definitely like having confidence in like the content that I make. Because I know I've mentioned it to you guys before that when I first started, I really just had no confidence in my opinion, in like any of my opinions. I really felt like I don't have what it takes to like make a good content, and I'm not naturally entertaining. So like even when it came to like my outfit and my design and stuff, I mostly just let other people do it because I was like, these are professionals, they know what they're doing. My opinions will just make it worse. I was in a pretty low spot when I first started. So just like gaining confidence in my ideas and like letting myself experiment, not being afraid to like fail, I would say would have been like the hardest emotionally. Practically would be, yeah, probably trying to figure out work-life balance or trying to figure out the migraines. Definitely. Were you allowed to have free reign? Yes. But I mean, I know I've told you guys this before. I was so insecure that I couldn't even ask to not have a crown. Like, I remember being like, I don't really want to wear a crown because I'm not like a princess or anything. I feel like it gives off the wrong message. I actually wanted like a hat, like a cute hat. And I also wanted glasses, and I also wanted roses. And then I was like, but I'm an idiot and my tastes are terrible and nothing I like anybody else is going to like. So these are professionals and I'm just gonna let them handle it, because if I try to put my messy little hands in it, everything I touch turns to sand, kind of thing. So I just let it happen. But now I wish that I had taken a little more, I wish I had like let myself intervene a little bit more to get what I wanted, you know? Wow. The self-ruse, those are rare. I'm really, you know, I'm allowed to contradict myself, so I'll say that I can self-ruse. If you thought I said something earlier, you're warned. Don't bring it up. I can self-ruse if I want to. Yeah. 100K. I think at 100K I can start working on a second outfit. So really far away. But speaking of that, we did get to 46, so that means you guys do get 100. Let me see. You get 100 Rue points. Oh my gosh, you guys are getting close to being out of the 2000s. That's crazy. Thank you very much for 46,000 followers. Thank you. Let's see. What month is it? April? I think I can get to 50,000 by Roostober. If I go at this rate, it'll probably be about Roostober. We'll make 50,000, so. Wow. We were robbed of a tiny witch hat. That's it. I'm burning down the warehouse. Grab your torches and pitchforks, fellow lunatics. It wasn't necessarily like a witch hat, but you guys know my affinity for tiny hats. I just wanted like a tiny hat or like headpiece or something. Yeah, tiny hat to contrast Mitsuro's big hat. I love tiny hats. There's nothing better than a dumb tiny hat. Maybe that's why I like fezzes so much. I never put that together. It's definitely not just because I like the song. Tiny hat, superiority. This is a very sweet message that I got. Runie cute. Runie so evil. I love evil woman. I love getting rused by this lovely lady. My most precious, adorable, evil Oshi. Why is my heart so weak to you? Why are you so amazing, talented, beautiful, and a sweetheart with a voice of an angel? I wobba you. Well, that's very, very sweet. I will be the lunatics. I didn't write it myself. What the heck? I didn't write it myself. This is a heartfelt message sent from a fellow lunatic, okay? And you're gonna deny your fellow lunatic their feelings, their genuine feelings. They poured their heart out to me for nothing. They're not paid. Is it so hard? Is it so hard for you to believe that a lunatic wants to be nice to me? Yes, because it's funny. Oh, it's funny? Oh, it's fun. Oh, you're laughing. Oh, ha 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 ha. Oh, you're so funny. Next. Has there been any good surprises that have happened since your debut? Anything that you did not expect? There have definitely been times you guys have surprised me that I feel like I've mentioned as they've come up. Like for example, I did not expect you guys to slap some of the doppelgangers that you guys slapped. Yeah, I did not expect you guys to do that. I didn't expect you guys to get the 50 Akkas as fast as you did either. That was craziness. You were fools. You fools. I didn't expect the watch-alongs to be as nice as they are. I think I've mentioned it before, but I had another content creator tell me pretty early on. They were like, watch-alongs aren't really great to do because they don't really earn you any money and, you know, or earn you followers or anything. Well, they don't earn me views because they're memberships, but I actually do make decent enough money from them sometimes, you know, and they're really, really fun and comfy. So I was surprised like how well I felt like they integrated into my streaming schedule, and in my opinion are super valuable and good for the community, good for me, and they're fun. So I don't know. I think they've been nice. So I was surprised by that. You know, maybe it's just my superior watch-along taste, you know. Maybe it's my superior media. Paid actor or normie? You really think a normie would send a message like that? You guys don't understand what a normie is. All these normie streams I've done for you, and you still don't understand what a normie is. I'd say that I need to teach you again, but that's what you really want, isn't it? You're trying to bait another normie stream out of me. Well, I won't let you do it. Somebody sent a physics question. I will not be reading that. Nice try, you fool. I got a few ones that weren't questions. They're just really sweet messages. I'm not gonna read all of them, but like on stream. But just so you know, I have read them, and thank you very much for your sweet messages. Wow. I also got some silly ones. You guys know. I ain't gonna read those one either. But you guys know, you freaks. You freaks. You freaks. Talking about eggs. And whatever else. You know. You know who you are. Next. How have you been lately with the recent phase events, collabs, and recordings? I hope you aren't too stressed. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm falling asleep while driving, but I'm fine. I really don't think it's phase though. I don't know what it is. I'm under a good bit of stress right now, but most of it is not phase related. So it's just other things. But yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm good. Thank you very much for checking in. Mwah. All right, next. When is the next poetry slam? That is my favorite stream. You reading my poem is what made me a lunatic. When was it? I feel like we just did it. The poetry slam. What was that, like December? It wasn't that long ago, was it? What was that? When did we do the poetry? It was not that long ago. 5 months ago? It was not a whole year ago. It was August? You just did it a quarter of a year ago. Alright. I suppose it's been long enough. I suppose 10 months ago. Alright. Okay, we'll do another one then. See, all you gotta do is ask. All you gotta do is ask. It's true. I've never denied you guys. I've never denied it. You have to do is ask. And you shall receive. Next. Do you have a stream that you're particularly proud of? Either put a lot of effort into it and everything went according to keikaku, or winged it but turned out great. I'll try to think of examples for both. Put a lot of effort and everything went according to keikaku. That's probably going to be both my murder mystery streams. The murder mystery streams, especially the second one I did, were a lot of work. And it makes me very nervous to involve other people. I think I've talked to you guys about this before. It's not necessarily like because I don't trust other people. It's more of like I don't want to waste other people's time or inconvenience other people. And then, like, if they're gonna commit and put their energy into collaborating with me, then I really want it to go smoothly. And so it just adds like an extra level of stressfulness. So because I had several people working with me for those streams and doing things like putting assets together, and roleplay is not easy. You know, and I you know, the girls who have joined me, they're not always like roleplay streamers either. So I always feel like I'm asking a whole bunch of them to join and do roleplay for me. So I'm really proud of those and how they've gone. Both of them went really smoothly. Even though you got it wrong on the last one. And the second one was hard because I actually like wrote out the script, and I've never really written a mystery before, even though I do like mysteries. And so I think I remember telling you guys I did a lot of research into murder mystery parties and how to write them, and like kind of I think I remember telling you like the main thing is that you want to give every single person at least 2 of the following 3 things: a motive, a means, and an opportunity, but only one person. So everybody should have at least 2, and then one person should have all 3. And so then trying to like write it out and put the clue in, and then write it in a script that everybody else could read and digest and understand. I watched so many videos on how to write one and put it together. So, I mean, I think I obviously failed a little bit because it was, I think, hard for people to figure out. If I recall correctly, I don't think I saw anybody in the comments like saying that they figured it out because of the clue that I left. So I do have to do better next time. I am working on my next one. I'm writing my next one. This one's gonna be really different. So get excited for that. I'm doing a different format this time, which I think will be fun. So I definitely want to do better this time in making it a little more obvious. I mean, I like, you want that perfect balance, right? That's the other thing that I've kind of learned about mysteries while doing my research is like, you want it, you want some people to figure it out, but you don't want everybody to figure it out. That's kind of where the balance is. And I think I made it a little bit too hard because it seemed like pretty much nobody was able to figure it out based on the actual clues that I left. So that was too hard. So I need to scale it back a little bit. I don't want everybody to get it, but I do want some people to get it. So.
Wow.
Gotta remember it's one brain cell split 46,000 ways. But you also have to think about your audience too, you know, because it's not like you guys are reading this. I'm sure a lot of people would have picked up on it if they were reading it in a book and had a lot of time to digest the information, go back and recatch it. But a lot of times when people are watching a stream, they're doing other things. They're exercising, they're working, they're chatting on the side in the Discord. So it doesn't actually have 100% of their attention. So I think the clue that I left was it was said kind of near the beginning, and it was just one like subtle clue that tied it all together that I just think was really easy to miss, especially for people who didn't come in from the very beginning too, because that's another thing that you have to think about. Since it was a stream, so there was a lot of people who probably came in after that clue was given, and they were never going to be able to figure it out because they didn't have the whole story. So I think I need, for a stream's purpose, I think I do need to make it a little bit easier. And it's not because you guys are stupid, it's just the way that it works, you know? I really want to figure out a better polling system too. That's actually something I've been meaning to do, and I keep putting it off, but I'd like to hire somebody to figure out some programming, because I use polls so often in my streams that if I could figure out a way to work with the YouTube chat where it could be like, it could count how many of a certain word is said in chat, and we could do votes that way, it would be so much easier and I think so much more reliable, because then we could just have it be like, you type in like a certain word to vote for everything. But I don't know how to do that kind of programming. I could do that on Twitch, but I don't know how to do that over on YouTube. So. Changing your mind. Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that either. I guess that's the other thing is if you want people to only be able to vote once, I wouldn't know how to do, I don't know. But it would be nice if I could figure out a better way to integrate voting in. So that one, it could be faster so I don't have to manually make like polls all the time. Or even if I had to manually make them so that there's a better way for you guys to vote for them. I have that script half made on a computer already. Well, if you ever finish it and are feeling generous, you could throw it my way. So, yeah. And then as far as winged it, but it turned out great, that would definitely be Dissociative Identity Made. As you guys know, that was a super last minute stream. It wasn't even on my schedule. I was just like, oh, it's Made Day, I'll do a stream for that. And I just came up with the idea super last minute, threw it together, and I think it ended up being really fun. And now it's like an ongoing series. And I'm working on the next installment of that as well. And I'm really, really excited to share it with you guys. So, I got jelly on my head. So I really think that that turned out surprisingly well, all things considered. Oh, okay, I will also say I put a lot of effort into it and everything went according to Keikaku this past Valentine's stream. Was the first karaoke stream I've ever done where I actually feel proud of it. I don't feel absolutely cringed out and embarrassed to keep it up. I've never felt like I've wanted to take it down. Quite literally, the only karaoke I've ever done that I felt that way about. And hopefully I can make karaoke's in the future feel the same. So, no, not Kiss from a Rose though. That one didn't go up for a reason. I'm glad I cut that out. So hopefully I can make the rest of them that good. I kind of failed last karaoke stream. Was not up to my standards, but I really need to stick to my guns and sticking to songs that are in my range. Or if I'm gonna do ones just for fun, I need to make them unarchived, is what I've learned. Still love
Really?
Kiss from a Rose. No, it sounded so bad. Truly chipmunks behavior. Nope, they won't be members only, they will be unarchived from now on. I'm just gonna read this one out because the answer is really quick. Have you listened to any more Vocaloid songs since the Miku stream? Gomenasai. No, I have not. Gomen. I have not. Speaking of karaoke. Will we get country karaoke this year? Please, please, I'm willing to sabotage our root points for it. I have been, yeah, I want to do it. You don't have to do anything to the root points. I've been planning it for a long time and I do want to do it. Maybe for 4th of July. But this is something I definitely want to do, and it will happen, so don't worry about it. Nobody has to sabotage anything. Motive, means, and opportunity. Checklist obtained for next murder mystery. No, please, yes, actually. Keep a checklist for the next one. So doing my research for the next murder mystery, I bought a few murder mystery kits, like murder mystery party kits. And I've been seeing, so that I can kind of see behind the scenes, like how other kits are set up. I'm not gonna use them, obviously, because that would like not be cool to like stream it. But just to get an idea of like the structure and see kind of the hints and clues and puzzles and stuff that they included. And I've gotten some really fun ideas, so I'm super, super excited. But it'll probably be a hot minute, because it's gonna be a lot of work, so. If you fail amazingly again, well, you guys know I love a guy failure, so I guess you guys can't really fail, all things considered. My particular tastes to save you. You fail upwards. All right, let's see. This one I feel like I've kind of already answered. Greetings, Resident Evil woman. I come before you to humbly ask a burning question that has piqued my curiosity. Of the many ruses that we have shared with the Brunetics, do you have one that stands out as your favorite? And if so, why? There's so many really good ones. I'll say one that I haven't talked about yet that I really loved is when I came back from Off-Kai for a Ruse Day. That felt really nice. I just felt like everybody was in a really good mood, or maybe I was in a good mood, and it was just really nice to see everybody, and I was happy, and I had a really good time during that stream. So other than the ones I've already mentioned, it would be that one. All right. Next. How much of the dynamic with chat and Runetics is as you envisioned when planning to debut? Well, when I debuted, I definitely thought that I would have very top energy, very motherly, very, we do exactly as I say, and you guys are my loyal peons. And I guess that's pretty much exactly how it went down. So, it's kind of exactly as I planned. Yeah. As you can see, chat is in denial, but I think that's adorable. So, you guys can say I don't have top energy, but
wow.
It was confirmed in the repost stream last night, so. Mommy is a dork. LOL.
Wow.
LeMayo? Are you guys laughing at yourselves? I don't understand. I'm gonna stop my treadmill. Hold on. Wait, how many miles am I at? My legs are tired. Oh, I'm at 8 miles, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. Can't believe the levels of M's she is reaching. I know, like, how did I reach down into the pits of M's and dragged you guys out of it? I'm just imagining like a big pit with a bunch of M's in it. a bunch of masochist people just like laying in the pit. I just threw a rope down there and said, whoever can hold on, I'll drag you out. And I drag you out all covered in dirty rags. And then I hose you off in the yard. And I hand you a little suit and a cape and some paperwork and a pin. Get to work. Yeah, so I hope that answered your question. Next. All right. So besides any current projects, if you could propose any cover song today with any face talents and they'd say, yes, schedules align perfectly, which song and with who? I really want to do Santa-san with Euphoria. I've talked about this the past 2 Christmases. It got X'd this past Christmas for a few reasons, but I want to do Santa-san with Euphoria so bad, and I want to do it with all of them. All of them. All of them. And if I could make it happen, I would destroy the moon. That's what I really want. That's what I want. That's what I'm writing to Santa. Yeah. So, next. How does it feel to be an inspiration to so many? Ha, we wish. You never know. It could happen. It could happen. Believe in the me that believes in the power of Christmas. How does it feel to be an inspiration to so many? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever I like the smiley face, okay? I like the smiley face. I don't find it passive aggressive. What are you doing? My cat's being weird. What are you doing? He's losing it. He likes to lay on my treadmill because it's warm now. But he's like, instead of just laying on it, he's like rolling around like a weirdo. And then he keeps like grabbing my leg and trying to like pull it towards him. I don't know, he's just being weird. It's not menacing, it's just a little smiley face. Let the cat do cat business. And now he just like randomly like jumped up in the air and stood up on alert. Now he's trying to make biscuits on the treadmill. Do you guys hear this? I don't know if my mic is picking up, but he is attempting to make biscuits on the treadmill. My son, that is not going to work. I'm gonna touch your bed. Oh, I gotta end my workout on my Apple Watch. I don't know how to end it. I paused it. Okay, I'll figure it out later. You see, on my work, on this, it says I only went 0.82 miles though. So it just doesn't register if I'm on my treadmill. So it must use like GPS, I guess? Use GPS. I'm not selling the question. I don't know. Like, I don't want to sound like I don't think anybody likes me, because clearly you guys are super nice to me and do a lot for me, and I'm not blind to that. But inspiration feels different to me. I don't know if I've ever felt like I've been like inspiring people. I guess a few times you guys have told me about like maybe going on walks and stuff. Inspired you to do the walking challenge. And to be honest, to have inspired even one person is pretty crazy. But it's crazy to the extent that I don't know if I can really fathom it. You know? Don't say so modest, smug face. I'm trying not to be obnoxiously modest. But wow. But I don't know if it feels like deep down, if it feels like I've done that, you know? I picked up writing again because I admire your work. Well, then you better start thinking of a two-sentence horror story. Wow. Spoiler. You got some time, you got some months, but you better be thinking. You better be thinking. And I guess get some poems ready, because we're going to do another poetry slam. You inspired me to read One Piece, and that's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever wanted. Was the influence. The power of influence, baby. You 100% inspired me to get out and do and try new things. I would have never gone to a convention or a maid cafe without your influence. Made some great friends and had a lot of fun times thanks to you. You're the best, RUNIE. Love. No. Thank you. Yeah, I'm an influencer like Ru now. I'm gonna get a gamer subs. It's coming any day now. All right. Here we go. Another one. Hey RUNIE, do you think you're ready to do a live ASMR on stream? The pre-recorded ASMRs have been fantastic, but there's a certain charm with live ASMR. I have no plans on doing live ASMR. As of right now, I do not plan to ever do this. I do want to do more pre-recorded ASMRs, but I don't have any plans on doing live ASMR, so I'm very sorry for that. But if you really like live ASMR, we do have some really good people right here in Face Connect who do it. May I recommend Erina? And then... Sorry if that was a disappointing answer. Has I haven't listened to an Uruka one. Has Uruka been doing it? Then I also recommend Oh, that's right, because didn't her stomach growl during one? Oh, we raided into one? Dang. I can't always stay for what we raided into, so I totally missed that. Alright, next. One Piece question. Ooh. Do you think Bartolomeo and Boa have a shot of being together? No! What is wrong with you? Why would you say this? No shot. First of all, they both love Luffy more than they'd ever love each other. I could see them bonding over their love of Luffy, but they're never gonna... If they were together, they'd both be thinking about Luffy. You'd read that fanfic. And Luffy will not be thinking about either of them, unfortunately. Tragic. Alright, so let me find the next one. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna skip over any, but I am skipping over some that are just similar to ones that I've already answered, or if the answer's just gonna be no, then I might just skip them. I'm sorry. I got like some suggestion stuff. Okay, here's a good question. What was your initial reaction to the fan service in Fire Force, and what do you think about the people who say that the show is unwatchable because of it? What's the girl's name who's always getting naked? I'm so bad with Fire Force. I'm almost caught up on it, and I can't remember literally anybody's names. Tamaki. Okay, thank you, Tamaki. So the thing with Tamaki, I actually think it's a pretty funny gag. I've actually never really had that much of a problem with it, though it is really stupid. I mean, it's stupid. The most problem that I have with it is when they try to make it too serious. And I do think Fire Force is a little bit guilty of that at times. Like, the thing is it's stupid. It is a ridiculously stupid gag. It is at its strongest when it just happens really quick and has barely no effect on the plot, and it's just a silly little fan service-y addition. So, for example, recently there was a whole episode there was a whole episode where a guy that's fought her before from the White Cloaks, he's like been training by like watching porn so that he can beat Tamaki. I love all of that. That was 100% hilarious. It was goofy. It was stupid as hell. Clearly not meant to be serious. Funny. I laughed so hard. 10 out of 10. I don't have any complaints. But then I think like an episode or two later, they were doing like a Tamaki focus episode. Have I talked about this before? They were doing a Tamaki focus episode, and then in that episode, they were trying to make it like serious. Like she's actually getting bullied. Like her friends are like, I hate you now because you're always getting naked in front of my boyfriend. And I was like, no, Fire Force, roll it back. You're not gonna actually make me feel bad as like a character plot point for Tamaki because she gets naked all the time. That's too much. It's too unserious. You can't take something that level of dumb and make it serious. Like, you've gone too far. So like for that aspect of it was like a 0 out of 10. I just thought it was dumb. But if you just keep it goofy, just side comedy gag sprinkled in every now and again, personally, I don't have a problem with it, and I think it's had some really, really funny moments in the show. But I don't feel bad for Tamaki because her friends hated her because she got naked in front of their boyfriends. Like, you're not gonna get a serious emotion out of me over that. Nevertheless, I did enjoy her little mini training arc with Benimaru. I really enjoyed the twins calling her names. That was very funny. It took me completely off guard. I can't remember what they were calling her. They were being pretty harsh. They were like, you whore. I was like, what the hell? These babies are evil. I love them. Season 2 has been really fun. I've really enjoyed Season 2. All right. Next. I kind of already talked about this. One of the things I'm most excited for this year is a possible 2.0 outfit for you. Any chance this is in the works? I remember you saying you didn't have much of a say in the original outfit design, so I'm curious how a RUNIE curated outfit would look like. Very unlikely that this would be this year. Like I said, I think they want me to get to like the 100K before, so I'm like very, very, very far away from that. So I don't expect this even in 2027, to be honest. If we're being realistic, this would be like way down the line. So, but Still look forward to it though. Please. You just gotta hit the viral clip once. That's so much harder than you think though. I ain't got that kind of luck. I couldn't even get tickets to Idolmaster, you guys. That's my luck. All right. I would love to see you collab with more talents both in phase and outside of phase. Do you have any ideas or collaborations already in the works? Yes. Next. Da 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 da. Sorry. The next one's kind of a long paragraph, so I'm trying to pick out the question in it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna skip that one. Let's do this one. What is your favorite horror movie? Krampus. Unironically. It's Krampus. I love Krampus. If you've never seen it, you should watch it with me this year. We will be watching it again for Christmas. I will watch it every year at Christmas. Oh wait, this one's silly. Now that you have been in phase for almost a year and a half, which member do you consider to be closest to you? I feel like Dizzy and you have a huge amount of mutual respect and appreciation for each other, or I'm completely misreading things, and you are more like arch enemies. I'm actually imagining though, villain woman battle like between me and Dizzy would go so hard. Evil runic magic meets corrupt horror parasite could be super, super cool. Not girl fails. What the hell? No, definitely not arch enemies. Though it would be cool. Maybe I should make her my arch enemy. I'll talk to her about it, see how she feels. We can work it out together. See if it works for us. Yeah, maybe we can do a fake drama arc. You know, to buzz, do some growth for us. Fake a really big drama argument. Yeah, I want to be my arch enemy. I think things have been really busy lately for everybody, so I haven't been able to talk to everyone as much as I used to. But like Dizzy and Clara and Irie, I talk to them more than everybody else, or at least I used to. But everyone's been kind of busy, especially poor Irie. Things have been tough, so not as much recently. But we used to talk a good bit. And then of course I talked to Euphoria a good bit, so I feel pretty close to Euphoria and stuff. And now that Miss Hina is back, I be in her DMs. Let's be honest, I was in her DMs while she was gone. I was in her DMs. So yeah, I would say those are the members that I talk to the most. But an arch enemy sounds nice. I'm getting tired of the moon goddess. She just can't compete. I've destroyed the moon so many times, it's getting boring. What are your thoughts on girlfriend experience, and do you consider your content outside of RPs to be GFE or GFE adjacent? Ooh, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, baby. I'm sorry. I accidentally kicked my cat. No. I accidentally kicked my cat. It was on accident. I didn't do it on purpose. Hold on, I want to sit down, so I have to move my treadmill.
Now there's hair all over. Wow.
Okay. What are my thoughts on girlfriend experience? I don't have a problem with it. Do you consider your content outside of RPs to be... I don't know, I've never really put a whole lot of thought into it. I'm not like trying to lean into it or trying to avoid it. I'm just kind of doing what's fun for me. So I guess in my opinion, like if it is that for you, that doesn't bother me. And if it's not that for you, that's cool too, is what I would say. Abusive boss experience, more like, really? You think so? I'm like your sexy, mysterious, irresistible, abusive boss. Oh, you want to quit so bad, but you just couldn't bear to be away from me. Girlfriend, more like girl enemy. Girl enemy experience, the GEE experience. GFE experience, girl foe experience. We've been Stockholmed and I wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. I'm definitely not... I know a lot of people don't like it. I don't feel that way. I be watching GFE streamers. It's nice. It's nice. I ain't judging. Alright. Next. Not girl fail experience. What features aside from a one police What features aside from a One Piece collaboration would have to be added to Minecraft in order to motivate you to give the game a try? There's literally nothing. I don't even think a One Police open up. The One Police is coming to make sure that you're up to date on One Piece. Oh my god, they're gonna get me. I haven't read the latest chapter. Can we get much higher? So high. Yeah, I don't think there's anything they could do. I'm sorry, Minecraft. It's done. It's so over. Alright. As you have explained, the meaning behind the lyrics for Apostate has two layers: the surface level meaning that matches RUNIE lore, and a deeper meaning that represents some of your personal experiences. Does the same also apply to Forbidden? Is there a deeper meaning to your first original? Has this already been revealed and I just didn't get the memo? Or is this confidential information that humble paper pushers are not privy to ... yet? I actually do feel like I have talked about this maybe before. Maybe it was in a members only. But yes, absolutely with Forbidden, there's two layers there. There's the surface layer, just like a story of corruption, my lore story. But there's also a deeper meaning to that song. Just talking mostly about how I think it's messed up for anybody to try to limit the information that you can learn. I think in any facet of life, if anything is ever trying to encourage you not to educate yourself, not to learn about things or experience new things, that's a red flag. That's weird. That's not good. I don't think knowledge should ever be forbidden. I think you should always be allowed to keep learning. I do think censorship is very, very bad. I'm super anti-censorship. So that's kind of what the deeper meaning of it was. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Thank you. Let me see. Wow. I think I got a lot of kind of similar questions to this, which I don't know. It makes me happy. Knowledge is neutral. It's what we do with it that matters. I agree. I absolutely agree. I do. That's the whole point. What's the point of a soul in the face of the power knowledge sows? Do I know my own lyrics? But that's basically what I was trying to say, was like, I literally don't think it's worth, like, not learning about the world or understanding it and its history and how it works. I don't think that's worth, like, any quote-unquote distortion of my soul or whatever. I'd rather learn. Hello, evil lady! My favorite part of your streams is your RP and art, like the worst shonen ever. I'm very inspired by your passion and creativity. It's inspired me to write again after 8 years. For that, I'm very glad to have you as my Kamiyoshi. How do you find inspiration to write or draw? Watching films, reading both, or just a flight of fancy? So yeah, I got a lot of questions like somewhere around this. I definitely get a lot of inspirations from all kinds of the stuff that I consume as well. So like if I see a joke in a show that I like, I might then start to think like, how can I make a stream out of that? Because that was really funny. And I'd like to pull off like a similar gag. And then I wish I had more time to draw because I don't. But obviously with like stuff like the worst shonen ever, a lot of that is just inspired by tropes of all the manga that I've read and all the anime that I've watched, kind of thing. So I am a fake RUNIE fan because I forget my own lyrics all the time, man. All right. Next. Hi, RUNIE. Thanks for opening these up again. Always appreciate some Q&A. What has been the most surprising thing to come of this first year or so? Unexpectedly loving DMC or Resident Evil after giving them a try and leading to Gamer RUNIE? The huge success of the Black Rose Lounge and Rise and Roost? The dissociative identities becoming so beloved and integral? Something else? Thanks and RUNIE love. Yeah, I think we got a similar question earlier and I can't remember the answer that I gave already. No brains, no thoughts, only bloon. It's almost 11. This is blooning time. I bloon at 11. Getting into video games was a big surprise for me. I didn't think that I was going to really play video games at all on my streams. But now I'm having trouble squeezing all of my all of my video games in the first place. Go to your balloon cave. Get in the balloon bag. Boom, haha. I tried playing with Quincy the other day. And then I just missed Striker Jones. I had to go back to my man. So I've said it a million times, but I owe you guys for getting me into video games. And I'm really glad that I did, because I've had so much fun. I'm enjoying Resident Evil 1 so freaking much. I think about it all the time. I always feel like so floaty when I finish playing it, because it makes me so happy. I love it so much. I'm just gonna answer this one really quick. My favorite Pokemon is Chikorita. Wow. Okay, here's a question. This one says, are there any crafts or hobbies that you have considered trying but couldn't for some reason? I want to learn how to play an instrument. I actually legitimately do. Wait! Is that Rie's too? Good taste. Good taste. Are you Chikorita #1 fan instead of Rie or not? Yes. Yes. Because Chikorita is the only non-fire starter that I ever cared about. Chikorita's cuteness and appeal surpassed my love of fire starters. And is literally the only non-fire starter. Prove it, fight to the death. Okay, Rie will now be my arch nemesis. Yes, over Totodile. Who even is that? I don't care about that. I don't even remember. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even remember what the other two were in that gen. I don't care about them. It's only Chikorita. Totodile bros in shambles. And that's saying a lot because you guys know my favorite animals are crocodiles and alligators. Those are my favorite animals. But the Chikorita appeal is so good. This sounds like we need Rie and RUNIE to go head to head in a Poke battle. Yeah! But you guys will be my Pokemon. I'll send you out one by one until you're all exhausted. I'll feed you berries. Yeah. Alright, I'll answer a few more. Oh, this is a good one. What's the most difficult part of having so many alt RUNIes to keep track of? And do you think you have too many, too few, or just the right amount? I have too many. Wow. There's too many. There's too many. There's too many. That's why I gotta start killing them off. I attempted to not make more, remember? Like, Choo-Choo was not supposed to be another alt. And Gyaruni was not supposed to be another alt. And what's happening here? There's too many. There's too many. That's why I've been really trying to pace them out more. It's tempting. It's really tempting because those streams do really well. So I'm like always wanting to create more, but I have to space them out. That's why I'm making you guys earn things. Yeah, like I did the doppelganger stream, but you have to earn more from that. You know what I mean? I gotta slow it down somehow. Regalia and Rusea go to war over favorite Pokemon. Faye's world is plunged into chaos. Maybe... Oh, yeah. It would be fun. Yeah, I don't want to have split personality disorder. That's just for DI RUNIE. You miss Glorp RUNIE? You can have her back. You've got to buy her. Wow. Can you just let them ride off into the sunset? I can. Yeah. I can, and I essentially have. But you guys never know when they could come back. I mean, you guys haven't seen a woman Zeus since that one time. We're probably coming up on a year since woman Zeus, right? But woman Zeus could pop up at any time. Wow. You'll never be safe of woman Zeus. Yeah? It's been a while. When was the last time you guys saw Suni? It's been a little while, hasn't it? Really? That was the first clip? Oh god. Wow, time really flies. RUNIE becoming Sensui with her split personalities. No! I'm gonna put a dot on my head. It'll be cute. I'll put a gemstone on my head. It'll be cute. Are you going to do Crisis on Infinite Earth situation to kill your alts? Maybe. I'll think of the way to torture you guys the most. Don't worry. Don't you fret. When I kill them off, I'll make it your fault. Crocodiles chilling in the lazy river, sight to behold. They just drift all silky like, right? I feel like that's something that does draw me to crocodiles and alligators is they look so cozy. They look so chill. Remember when you wanted short one-stream games? Now you guys got me thinking about playing Fire Emblem, you psychos. You psychos. The psychic's knowledge must be freed. Wow. I'm the only real psychic. Woman Zeus was my first RUNIE stream when everyone in Phase Wars got raided in. I'm so lucky to have found such an amazing Oshi. Oh god. I can't believe that. And then you guys say that you're not M's, man. I was surprised. I think I've said this before. That's one stream that also surprised me. I was surprised by the reaction to that. Because I was being super extra. In my opinion, I was taking the woman Zeus to like level 10, which is what I do in most of my RPs. I don't necessarily make them realistic. I make them, at least that's not my intention. My intention is more to make it like a parody. So it was kind of like the parody of the, you know, toxic Minhera girl. But then I remember seeing so many comments like this was too real, like I had to turn off stream because it was too real, or I was getting triggered from my last relationship. I was like, who are these girls y'all are dating? Who are these women you're dating? This can't be real. Who hurt you? Real men believe a woman's lies. Hell yeah. Let's out a trail of smoke. M's for a worthy S. Let's not talk about it. Don't date Minhera, it's not worth it. I would agree. Do you think that pudding counts as Minhera? But hear me out. No, no. Yeah, let's just say no. Sure, the red flags are big, but so are her books, right? She's got really big books because she's a huge reader and you're super into that, right? I'm gonna cherry pick maybe 1 or 2 more questions before I wrap it up. Let's see, let's see. All right, all right, all right. This is a fun question. If you were to have a game made about you, what kind of game would you want it to be? That would be really cool if someone made a game about me. I think that would be super, super fun. And I would want it to be a horror-themed roguelike. Not a platformer. Yeah. I think that could be fun. So... Because I just think there could be really cool things that you could do where it's like you can collect different demons. So I can make different I think there could be 2 systems going on where there's different contracts that you can make with demons. And then there's also different demons. So there'd be a lot of different ways to play it where you can combine like not only like which demons you contract with, but what kind of contracts you enter with each different type of demon. And then you kind of collect them and then you go through the levels and you're trying to destroy the moon at the end. I just think would be really cool. I'm the protagonist, obviously. Yeah. No, it's not a platformer. Not a platformer. Yeah, something similar to Unholy would be cool. Perona should always be there with me. Perona should always be there. Hina is in-game boss battle. No, there should be like a hidden ending. Where like maybe you can see Hina a few times throughout the game. And it's like if you always maybe she should be kind of like hidden on the maps every time. And so if you can find Hina on each of the maps and then you talk to her every single time, then you can unlock a secret ending where I decide not to destroy the moon. Basically, I just get suckered by Hina. Like, Hina shows up at the very end and is like, please don't. And I'm like, oh, I guess I can wait like another week or so. I guess I can do it another day. Okay, fine. I just think that'd be really funny. Why are you saying you're hearing a platformer? Stop! I think you should put all the star women in it, actually. All the star women should be in it. They're the temptations. They serve as the temptations. Star woman love. Star woman love. Maybe not Star Destroyer. All right, let's find maybe one more. Why you guys ask me some crazy questions? No, let's see. Okay, I want to answer this one even though it's kind of similar to the last one, but I'm gonna answer it anyways. Okay, if I was in a fighting game, what kind of character would I want to be and what would be my super? I would definitely want to be like a summoner type. So, and a zoner. So I have different... I think something very similar to Testament would work really well, I think. So I can... Yeah. So that I have different demons that I can summon and they do different things. So the whole strategy is trying to place the enemy where you want them and then do the right combo to attack them in that position. Yeah. A tester RUNIE, yes. You really do have zoner vibes. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Wow. I haven't played DMC 5 yet, so I don't know. I haven't played yet. Narrative 3D platformer FPS, take it or leave it. No! No! Make it a farming simulation somehow and it's everything I hate. But yeah, I think that would be cool. And I think that my super... Let me think of like a really good super. Something that fits with my lore well. No, I want it to be fun. I think it should definitely have something to do with a contract. Right? So maybe my super... What the heck? What the heck? Ooh, the mixed direction could be fun too. Wait, I don't know if this would be way too overpowered. This might be way too overpowered, but it would be cool if there was like a super where it's like like paperwork falls from the sky and you have to like catch 3 of them, and until you catch them you can't do any of your combos. Or something like that. Like it gives you like a task that you have to complete before you can do any combos. Yeah, that would be broken, wouldn't it? Well, I think that my super should be like super meta. Yeah, it's like a curse. Yeah, it's a curse. It could be quota. Quota curse. Ooh, a blocking disable for a time. That would also maybe be meta, but that could be fun. Oh, wait, it would be fun if they have to make a decision. Wait, okay, because I'm like, okay, I know you're making a joke about like sign a TOS, but what if it's like when I do it, they have to make a decision? It's kind of like either it's like you sign the contract or not. And it's like if you sign the contract, then you can't block for, you know, like however many seconds or something. But if you refuse to sign the contract, then there's some other punishment. So you have to, yeah, kind of like RP's like good or bad. Like, so you have to choose no blocking or no attacking. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. So you have to choose to sign the contract, and if you sign the contract, then yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I can't decide which way it should be. I think if you sign the contract, then you can't attack me. And if you don't sign the contract, then you can't block. Something like that. Oh, you know what? That actually might make more sense. You take damage for every second that you haven't signed. Yeah, so maybe it lasts for like a certain period of time. And you're either gonna take automatic damage during that period, or you can sign the contract and you just can't block. You can still like jump and like dodge and attack, you know, but you can't block during that time. Yeah, it's like sign the contract or get cursed. Whoa, something like that I think could be really fun. RUNIE just plays the ball cup game. She shuffles the cups, and if you find the ball, it explodes and one-shots them. I like it. The contract should disable ult, but allow you to stop taking damage. Oh, you know what? That might be an easier thing, actually. So maybe it drains your combo, like whatever your bar is to get your combo or your ultimates, or sorry, not your combos, but your ultimates. Like whatever that is, it completely drains it. Or you take the damage. So you have to choose whether you want to keep taking the damage or it drains your gauge. Or you can sign the contract, not take the damage, and then it drains your gauge. So you kind of have to choose, do you want to keep your ultimate or do you want to take constant damage? I think that could be really fun. Oh yeah, it should give me, well no, that'd be way too OP. Because I've just filled the bar and then I steal your bar. I think that would make it too OP. I actually really like the idea of that. Yeah, that's what I would want to do. And that would be my super. Using RUNIE's super closes the opponent's game without pause and opens forbidden on YouTube. And they can't open the game again until they hear the whole song. Hell yeah. We're getting those views today.
What the heck?
What the heck? RUNIE is the Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Meowth of Evil. Also Proposal, Little Witch Nobeta, but Big Witch RUNIE. Yeah, I'm the big witch in town. You have to press a button B, Y, or X that corresponds to block, attack, or meter gain that you have to give up for a bit. Damage until you pick. Ooh, that's so complicated but very fun. I guess it depends on how complicated you want to make it. But I like that idea too. Pick your poison. Yeah, some people say I've got Rusting Witch Face. Okay, I think, okay, I'm gonna do one more and then we really are gonna wrap it up. Sorry that I couldn't get to everybody's questions. Let's see. Wait, some of these are making me laugh. You can call me daddy if you want. That's all I'm gonna say. You can call me daddy. Okay, I got a bunch of questions kind of along this line and I haven't totally addressed this yet, so we'll answer this one and this will be the last one. One thing I'm curious about is how long does it usually take to prepare your role-playing streams? For example, first date with my goth girlfriend. I really should like log the actual hours that it takes me. But what I will say is that it takes me a long time, like several hours, I would say. For example, something like the goth girlfriend, I have to kind of collect all of the assets. So it was a little easier for that one because I already had like the goth girl outfit, and then I already had the neat outfit. But then I also had to like make the room, and then I had to make the opening animation, write out the script for that, and then I did all of the video editing for that. And then I had to get like the door and how it like opened and closed, and then put that into OBS and make a whole OBS scene for that. And then I put like hotkeys so I could like open and close the door, and that it would make like the door close sound, and I could just do it all with like one hotkey. So a lot of that is just technical work that, yeah, it just takes, you know, several hours to like sit down and get it all ready to function smoothly. And then I usually try to do like a rehearsal of some sort where I go through and I click all my hotkeys and really test everything to make sure that it's going to work. Can't you get help for that? The problem with it is that I wouldn't be able to do as much as I do if I outsourced, because people just are gonna take longer to do it than I could do it myself. Like, for example, if I knew I wanted an intro video for... Like, I knew I wanted the intro video for the dark secret of the prettiest girl in school. If I wanted to get that commissioned and have someone make that for me, one, I'm still gonna have to do the filming and the scripting myself. And then I'm gonna have to, like, outline it and then give it to an animator. And then I'd probably have to give it to them at least a month in advance. And anytime you're commissioning something, especially for some reason in the VTuber sphere, people just love to be late. Very, very unlikely that you get things on time, unfortunately. It's just the way that it is. So really you're gonna want to do it like several months ahead of time if you want to actually make sure that it's done in time. And the problems with that is, one, I don't always have the idea for the stream that early. And two, you also have to pay for it. And then you might not even like it. I mean, the thing is if I got professionals to do it, then those videos would absolutely be better. But it's just easier for me to do it myself, like find the time in my schedule to get it done, because then I just know I'll get it done. Like, it'll just be done because I did it. And so that's why I've been learning a lot of skills, like video editing. I've been trying to learn like audio editing and balancing, even though I'm really terrible at that. And I should probably just outsource it from now on. But I'm trying, just because then I can get it done. Like, it's so much easier. Like, if I write a script for like an audio drama, and then I record it, and then I find all of the music and the sound effects and just put it together myself, like, I can have it done in like a day. I can just sit down with the recorded audio for, you know, 4 hours or so and just knock it out. But it's gonna be like a month or more if I send it to somebody. You know what I mean? So I do think for like bigger projects, I want to outsource it, because obviously, like, if I pay someone who's a professional, then it will be professional. And when I do these myself, they are not to professional quality because I'm not a professional in those areas. But for something like an RP stream, I think it's fine. It's not the end. Like, if the intro video to, you know, a lot of these streams that I put together, I mean, they're not, you know, the highest quality work, but it gets the point across. You know, it sets the mood. I get the point across. I think it's fine. So, and it gives me more flexibility to do things, you know, when I want to do them. So if I just like get an idea, I can just get it done and do the stream. So, to be honest, that dark secret stream was peak. 10 out of 10 would cry in a corner again. I'm so glad you guys liked that, because I was really nervous. I wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you and appreciate your work, but I also wanted to gamble, so hello Stream Elements, it's me. And you failed again. You can't win. Thank you very much. So yeah, usually several hours. But it depends, because some streams take way more. So for example, like the mountain stream, oh my god. When I took you guys to the mountains, that stream took a really, really long time to prep, because I had to do all of the programming on the website. I don't know if I ever showed you guys like the screenshot. What's that site called? What did I make it on? Do you guys remember what I made it on? Choose your own. It was Twine? What did I make it on? Twine, open source tool. Okay, yes, it was Twine. Using your browser. Let's see if it remembers. Hold on, I might have done it on a different profile. Hold on. It may be lost to time. No! It didn't save them! Well, oh well. They're lost. Yeah, they're lost to Twine. But I had to do... Man, I'm actually kind of disappointed. Because what if I wanted to go back and do that again? Hold on. I may have it somewhere. Hold on. Because I think you could, like, download it and then... open it up again on your browser later if you wanted. So, let's see if I can find it really quick. Yeah, it's definitely saved somewhere, but like where would I have saved it? Okay, Forest Maze. It's not saved in my Forest Maze. It's not saved in my Forest Maze poster or folder, so I don't know where I would have put it. What I saved it is like mountain, top of the mountain excursion. Oh wait, was that before I got my new computer? I actually might not have it. I think it's gone. I think it's gone forever. Yeah, the mountains never happened. Yeah, I could import it if I could find my HTML file, but I don't know where it is. Anyways, it's like I had to build all the different paths, and it was a lot of work. It took me days and days and days to get it all programmed in there. I mean, it was basically like programming an otome game. So it was tough, but it was also very fun. Same thing with this one was a total flop. I used the same thing to do my a normie Halloween stream, but I messed that one up so much. I was so upset because you guys do not know, I put so much work and then it got so messed up. I'm so sad about it still. But that one was also a whole lot of work, like way more than your ordinary stream. I don't know what you're talking about, Wheel of Weeb. What's the Wheel of Weeb? That's not a real thing. You could tell. I know you could tell. You could tell. The Rinpai Halloween stream. Yeah, I actually didn't make that in Rinpai. I made it in Twine. But it's similar, programming wise. So, okay, that'll be the last question for today. But thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Maybe I can do another behind the scenes stream one day and show you guys some stuff. The karaoke streams often take a whole lot of prep too. Like the karaoke streams take a lot of prep. Cause especially my Halloween one, oh my god. That took a whole lot of prep, so. Morrow streams are gold mines for clippers, so thank you. Thank you for clipping. I've been really enjoying your clips, so thank you. Thank you. There's been like, in the past few months, like 3 new clippers that I had never noticed before. And I really appreciate it, so thank you guys very much. And of course, to those of you who've been clipping me as well. It helps tremendously. So thank you very much. Otsu clippa. Alright. Let's transition. I clicked the wrong one. I clicked the wrong one. I clicked the wrong one. Reminder, physics are everywhere. In the air, the food, in your pets, in your clothes, even inside your body. Disappears into a sandstorm. No! Physics hate! Alright. It's bittersweet, but you're broke, you can't afford anything, and I must say farewell. Ah! You're so cruel. Yeah, I know. Thank you so much, Namasuji, for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you! Gifted memberships, who? Gifted memberships, Shay. Gifted memberships today, today. Gifted memberships, wow. Make sure you say thanks now. Gifted memberships today. Hooray! Thank you! This was a fun stream. I'm sleepy. I will see you guys on Thursday. But for now, I must say farewell! Give glory to the runes, for my love and affection is forever with you. Bye-bye!